Wait, did Cam get a stick? What? What did I miss? I wasn't even here! I went to get my garbage out! Hello? Why would you look away when you look in? By your own stream? Did you get distracted by your own stream? Good evening, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Wait, what? Where's that thing there, huh? Oh, because... Sarah, thank you so much for, what is it? 24 month. Wait, 28. Thank you, thank you. You can choose a new login item. You can actually choose a new login item. I made a new one today. Fireworks. Clockster wanted fireworks. But anyways, hello. Wait, let me. Oh, but hey, Clockster. Hey, Sarah. Hey, Yukori. Captain Camille. Hello. And Nora's. Hello, hello, hello. Hope you're gonna have a great time. Afterlife, sis. Hello, hello, hello. Stormy. Hello. Oh, hell yes. It's so stormy outside that the freaking Christmas trees, the freaking Christmas trees on the streets, they're just flying around. The Christmas trees are flying around every day, everywhere. Hey, Krona. It's wild. It's wild. But yeah, I think Camille got a stick. I heard she got a stick. How about a glue stick? Do we have that already? A glue stick. Yeah, wait, you want a glue stick? How was your new year? My new year was great. My new year was great. We always have fondue. 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 The one where you just put your meat on a stick and put it in hot fat. That one. And then when it was midnight, we were like, oh yeah, Happy New Year. Oh, wow. Wow, rocket. Whoa. Phew! Wow, my niece. I was there with my niece. She got so scared. I was like, okay, after 5 minutes, let's go back in. Hell yeah. Cam, get to your own stream. Let me give you a shout out. Shout out, Captain Camilla. She's also streaming today, I think. Are you streaming today? Oh yeah, right, Oxenfree. Oxenfree, holy hell, it's been a while. I showed you, like, I played Oxenfree 2016. What? Captain Camilla, a VTuber who streams a veritable what? Her recent Oxenfree playthrough was she didn't even stream it yet! Simply exquisite, a flavor profile that dances on the palato. The community Minecraft event, a festive souffle, legendary. Paul wishing in Final Fantasy 14, a robust carbonette paired with a delicate brie, and the PC explosion, dramatic flambe, adding spice to the experience. Bon appetit. Why does my bot love talking about your PC exploding? I spent my last New Year's savings on a Gojo Satoru Dakimakura. Oh no. You are not winning. You are not winning. I mean, Gojo is hot. He's hot. He's like the hottest character in Jujutsu Kaisen, but Taki. anyways, we apparently still have 12, 13. Was it 14 chapters? I came in. So we were on chapter 12 now. Then okay, so we have 3 more chapters. 3 more chapters. Chapters. Chop, guys. Chop. But yeah, wait. What was the shout out thingy? Let me check Frosty Tools. I think I picked the what was it? Oh, what is it? I picked the food critic, and I can't even pronounce half of the words. Chop. 3 more chapters. Wait, how do you know, Cayman? Did you actually start reading? Cayman was like, nope. Not gonna wait for Sora anymore. I'm gonna read it myself. The body wasn't there. Oh yeah, right. So Keiichi apparently murdered the aunt. And then the police was there. My Bara-san, oya. Where's the body? The body wasn't there. Chop. You will hold out. But yeah, I was thinking, after we finish chapter, let me hover. Where do I go? Point. After finishing chapter 3, I might jump back to Umineko. I can't wait anymore. I gotta read Umineko. That's a really cool character that everyone hates in chapter 5. Unless you decide to just stop streaming, then I'll go out to get the na. The police didn't arrest me because of that, but I didn't know whether to feel happy about it. Wait, are you? I remember Cayman, like first when I started streaming Higurashi, I asked you if you also have a notebook, like for Umineko, and you were like, nah, I don't need that. And suddenly, notebook, gotta write everything down. It's so funny. Just like Sadako had said, I'd failed to kill her uncle. The body wasn't there, so I was forced to conclude as much, no matter what strange natural disaster, coincidence, or miracle it might have implied. In order to free Sadako, I became a demon. Just like me, I'm a half-demon! And this abnormal world was my reward. Yes, metaphorically, I had fallen into the demon world. But if that price had been exchanged for the life of Sadako's uncle, then that would have been fine. Since Sadako's uncle was still alive, still shackling her to him, I needed to become a demon once again. One more time! What? No, as many times as it took. I would krill that man over and over again until Sadako was liberated. Stop using those words, Higurashi! YouTube doesn't like this! I'd already awoken. I looked at the clock to see that it was early in the morning and just about 5. Yes, definitely, like, looking at the clock, definitely 5. Yep, all because of working away and wanting something to keep myself occupied. Both times you streamed the VNs and now I have 2 notebooks, but please, I can't handle the third one. Should I start streaming 13 Sentinels again? It was already light outside. Once I'd hardened my resolve to become a demon again. I could feel my whole body teeming with the awakened powers once more. Have you ever played visual novel that contain eroge? Never. No. Never. No. Bruce, sometimes I find out the last minute while I'm playing, I get a poker face. It's like, and you sort of go, Like, in my opinion, Grisaya didn't have to be an eroge. Like, it didn't need the hentai scenes, Grisaya. Like, honestly, that's why I'm so happy. What's it called again? I bought the other ones. Oh, wait. I read Fruit, Labyrinth, and Eden. Wait, the other ones. What were they called again? I liked, Phantom Trigger. Phantom Trigger. I know a lot of people don't like Phantom Trigger. But I like them more, because I like the girls more. And it didn't have hentai scenes. But yeah, no. No. You leave 30 Sentinels to Cam. Yeah, but I don't think she's gonna stream it. She already played it. Wait, didn't she start streaming it and then also toss it away just like me? I don't know. Time wasn't an issue. No matter what, I'd do it. Got myself up. Exhaustion from the past 2 days was completely swept away, and I didn't even feel sleepy anymore either. I slowly rose and made sure my body was moving like I wanted it to. I could feel blood flowing through each and every one of my fingers. Oh, I was... Sorry, no. As I got dressed, I let my mind wander and had a strange thought. These 2 days, well, I've said it was for Satoko's sake, the only thing on my mind has been grilling. I've said it was for Satoko, but well, actually, carrying out the act, I had completely forgotten about Satoko, albeit only temporarily. Wasn't this what I said last time? Like, when he went to class, he was like, oh, hey, Satoko's there, but he just ignored her. You skipped all the pause at the speed of light. It depends. It depends. Sorry, no. Maybe initially it was for Satoko's sake. But now I was just a demon, grilling for the sake of grilling. As a result, I'd sunk into a world fit for such a demon. Yes, be a calm, Sora. I never read eroge. No, Especially not when I was like... No, sorry, not... No. Don't say how old... No. Maybe it was the same for Satoshi. He resolved himself to curl his arm to save Satoko, became a demon, then disappeared from the sunlit Hinamizawa, vanishing into the demon world. Which meant that after all was said and done, I'd met the same fate as it. No! I'm as innocent as this cute chibi model. I tried to avoid making the same mistakes, but it happened anyway. Which meant that maybe Satoshi was here. That she had come to this world a year before me, so he would be here somewhere. And then, surprised, I stopped walking. Oh no, it's the weird bell ringing thing again. Uh-oh. Oya, wait, how did you make that red? You made it in red? I'm gonna... Hey, Cayman. I want to use a different color. I'm not gonna say what color, but there's maybe a color that can overrule your stupid red. Then surprised, I stopped walking. It's Oya-sama. The chibi is you, and we know you're not innocent. So, no. Look at this cute chibi. Look. It doesn't even... The chibi has small ears. Look. Ears? Horns. Look, I'm Babu. Look, I have baby horns. And I don't even have my earpieces yet. I'm innocent. This is Babu Sora. I'm innocent. Look at me. And this one is innocent. This was innocent, but then you look at this one. Where'd it go? Look, this big horse is horny. It already has earpieces. Look, 5. Oh, wait. Back to Babu. Back to Babu. Babu's back. But yeah, anyways, I feel like that's Oya Oya-sama calling. Like, you hear that? There was the second set of footsteps.
If you are innocent, then I am actually a cute anime girl.
And Nurse is an anime girl! Hell yeah! Nurse is an anime girl. Also, I was thinking, now that I saw Ruru's cute mascot, I was thinking, let me show you guys. I was thinking, sorry, I'm... I was like... Oh, wait. Let me show you this one. Like, I like Daichi, but I feel like he doesn't really fit. He doesn't really fit, so... I was thinking... I'm still working on it. You guys also know that I can't draw, so... I was like... Look at that thing. Look at that thing. Isn't that cool? Like, you just use the TTS and the little penguin at the bottom left, he does the TTS. And I was like, I want a new TTS thingy. Look at that. Look at that. It's so bouncy. It's so bouncy and it's also horny. Ich weiß ja nicht, Brudi. Ich auch nicht, Mann. Oh my. Yes, Karen, hello. How are you? I'm fine. I actually have my first work day tomorrow. Actually. Thank you. The empty levels there wouldn't give me an answer. What? I felt a strange kind of relief that there was someone there that Satoshi had stuck with me the whole time. Let's go, Satoshi! Once more. This time we will set Satoko free for sure. He's so delulu, man. I quietly slipped out of the house so my parents wouldn't notice. They caught me now when I went out way too late for 2 days now. They give me really angry talking to. I didn't have the time to allow for that to happen. Hey guys, I feel like we should play more Xenoblade. Right! One day before my birthday in March, there will be Xenoblade X. One day before my birthday, Xenoblade X is gonna come out. Which is weird, because it's a Thursday. Normally Nintendo games come out on Fridays. But that one is gonna come out on a Thursday. You watched the new version of the Tatarigoroshi? No. No, I watched like 3 episodes and was like, nah. I should probably watch them after reading the novels. But you wanted to say, one day before my birthday I want to step on someone. No. No. If the dead body disappeared, then I didn't have to bury it. I could just burn it to ashes and then take them with me so I could grill him again every time he resurrected. This guy! I'd do it again. I'd grill him again. And this time I'd set her free. Outside, the morning light was so beautiful as to stagger with relief. I went to the storage room to find weapons with which I could grill him for sure. Bro, I feel like he's dead, but someone just covered it up for you. Blonde or not, it didn't matter to me. Right now, I didn't need to care whether someone saw or if the police came. This world had gone crazy after all. The whole world showed up at the festival and had fun, even though I wasn't there. Even if the police arrested me, I'd probably end up going right back home, as if nothing had happened. Both me and that other Keiichi Maebara. Even without me, he'd fill in. I'd vanish from Hinamizawa without anyone noticing. So basically, I didn't care if I was mistakenly killed. Even if I died, Keiichi Maebara would remain. After all, this isn't the world I belong in. I was going to be killed mistakenly for Satoko's sake, then that was just part of my duty as Sernini. This guy. As those desperate thoughts became serious, the morning air felt more refreshing to me, strangely enough. Oh yeah, just by the way, he's talking about the delulu things. I read some more of Iwahime today, like an hour of chapter 4. And it really has some parallels to Higurashi, like everyone's super cray-cray in the head. Everyone's really cray-cray in the head.
これは怖いな。
怖いですよね。
こいつにするか。
He's even talking to himself. Oh no, sorry, he's talking to Satoshi. It was a hatchet meant for chopping thick firewood. Benna? Its hefty steel blade was sinister, almost as though it was a tool meant for killing people. No. As I said, I haven't... Well, I watched like 3 or 4 episodes of the new Higurashi. I don't even know if it's the new one. It might... No, wait. I think it's a season even before that. But the designs, aren't they by... Oh my god. The one that also did the one for Bakemonogatari? That's the same design, right? I like this. I couldn't exactly take it out in public like that, so I wrapped it a little in some old newspaper and tossed it into the basket of my bike. Hey, what you got there, Keiichi? A stick. He's even talking to his tools now. He's talking to his legs. I apologize to my bike for some reason. Never mind, he's talking to his bike. For the past 3 days, I've only used it for dangerous things. I've been riding this bike ever since I lived in my old town. I need you today, my legs. I could walk most places I wanted to go, so I hadn't used it all that much. My mom had bought it for me when I entered cram school, thinking it would be a convenient way to get to the station since it was far away. I'd always used it to get back and forth from cram school. Only ever put textbooks and class materials in the front basket too. I'd never tried to put a headset that I'd be using to cross someone in here. When I came to Inamizawa, life finally felt fun. I met the best friends ever and had some of the greatest times ever. Those times might have been shattered now, but it was my greatest wish that I could get them back even if I had to risk my life to do it. That's how fun those times had been. This guy. I killed someone, and now I was at it again, needing to kill someone. Murder was a crime. I didn't believe that people should ever think murder was okay. But still. Times like that were enjoyable enough for me to commit such a crime. Friends were irreplaceable and the time spent with them a treasure. Bro, you're 13 or 14. Hanging out, laughing, sometimes tricking each other, but always in a friendly way. I didn't fear committing any crime as long as it was for the sake of taking back those times that gave me my heart so much pleasure. Yes. This was a value I decided to uphold. Beato says murder is okay. Beato is special in Umineko. It wasn't something I learned from a school teacher. I now see like a poster. I see a poster in front of my mind. Like, Beato says murder is okay in Minecraft. It was a noble path that I chose for myself. I thought back to when I'd first come to Inamizawa. But how on the very first day Satoko had welcomed me via a blackboard eraser with a rock in it. That welcome really surprised the heck out of me. She would laugh, get angry, cry. She was never boring. She was obviously the most childlike one among us. She was actually lively, full of vim and vigor, and good at meddling in other people's business. This really feels like he's going to die soon, right? He's just reminiscing now. Ran for me and Rena and Rika-chan too. And the imposter? Wasn't Satoko the one at the center where everyone's laughing and banter? Satoko would try to look cool. And Mia would make fun of her endlessly. And Sadako would cry, which would put Rena in a state of ecstasy. Rika-chan would be greatly delighted. And I happened to get mixed up in it. Would always feel wrong like that. It was lonely when someone wasn't around, but if I had to name one for whom it was the worst, it would have been Sadako. Wow, no shit, Sherlock. The smile was everyone's smile. Ever since she stopped smiling, so did the rest of us. For the rest of us, not smiling was the same as dying. What? Bro. It was just like when I was suddenly going to cram school every day just to maintain my unchanging test scores. So, basically, we were nothing when she wasn't smiling. It was full of hot air. She was our princess, cute and unhateable. Excuse me, what? This guy is fully delulu now. In that case, I was her knight searching for the dragon's castle in order to win her smile back.
Knight なら武器は剣だろ。
Bro.
ツーハンデッドのかっこいいやつ。錆びた肉厚のナタで挑むナイトは、多分古今東西俺一人だな。
Ah, a thick, rusty hatchet. I see. Then I saw an old person in the ridge of a field waving to me. Oya, oya?
Keiichi-kun kai.
Ah, what are you doing here, Keiichi-kun?
朝のサイクリングかいね。
おはようございます。
Oh my god. I practically waved back in a refreshing way. Ah, on my way for murder. Should I really have been feeling so happy waving like that? Sadako's house would be right past this road, going beyond the rice paddies. I feel like her uncle won't be there. And Sadako will be like probably in an even worse shape. Worse? The worstest? The cicadas had woken up too, and the next thing I knew, I was the audience to the daily chorus. I gave myself a hit or two in the head and drove away in my merry morning mood. Worst. I took a deep breath, then tilted my head back. Following my pointless excitement, he was like, The body wasn't there. His absence either meant my krilling him had been an illusion, or that I had krilled him and he'd risen from the dead. If I was at the festival, then maybe I should have considered it an illusion. Coach probably thought that way, which is why he treated me like a lunatic. Lunatic, man. My English today is not the yellow from the egg. But it being an illusion was just impossible. Krilled him without a doubt. Without a doubt. If that had been an illusion, then that would make all of the Shinami-sama I was in right now an illusion. If that was the case, then here's how it would end up. I was actually in a vegetative state due to a traffic accident. I was currently dreaming in a hospital bed about how great it would be to spend time with friends and rice paddies like these. What? That was a terrifying thought, though. If this wasn't an illusion, then the only possible answer was that he'd resurrected. It would make him a literal monster. If he was such a monster, then I was no less than a monster myself. Didn't hesitate to krill someone, and I could even wield curses. Takano-san had died probably because I'd cursed her. Or maybe that was a little much. Koshi and Oishi died too, like I'd cursed them to... Wait, Oishi is also probably dead, isn't he? We read that in the tips. Can't believe it. Uh-oh. I set my bicycle aside and went to take a look. His motorbike wasn't here. Of course it wasn't. I sent it down to hell that night, throwing it into the Unigafuchi swamp. Or maybe, just like how the corpse wasn't here, maybe the motorbike didn't get thrown into the swamp either? The fact his bike wasn't here might have been because he had gone to town and hadn't come back, not necessarily because I'd thrown it into the swamp. Her uncle wasn't around, and that was convenient on its own. He's just gonna hide somewhere, isn't he? And I would just show myself in, and then wait for him to return, sharpening my hatchet. Yeah, well, Satoko's in there, bro. If he was there. Forgotten sensations came back to my gut. A feeling of tension rose within me. Sensation was like poison, dulling my actions, but it could also be the trigger to allow me to awaken to my superhuman, otherworldly self. I'm safe. I held the hatchet still wrapped in newspaper. His weight in my hands was profound, sinister, and reliable. I hadn't put on my watch, so I didn't know what time it was. It was probably still a little before 7. Sadako would probably be awake preparing breakfast and her lunch. Her uncle would probably still be lazing around in bed. Yeah, then that doesn't make sense. Broke. Kenji was like, yeah, if the bike isn't here, he's probably outside. No, wait, he's inside lazing around. Huh, where's the bike though? Broke. This guy. A guy like him probably would have stayed up late drinking and probably always slept until noon. Consider ringing the doorbell and having Satoko open the door for me. But if her uncle woke up at the sound, it'd waste my chance of him still being asleep. If Satoko saw me sneaking inside without ringing the doorbell, she'd be surprised. I ran into her. What would I say? I've come to cruel your uncle for you, so stay quiet. No, I couldn't do that. That would be like making Satoko responsible for his death. I mean, in a way. Be quiet and go wait outside. Maybe that would do it. How would Satoko react to that? I'd probably try and get me to give up on crueling him. I would have to lie somewhere to get her to go outside. He's so kawaii. Wait, kids, you're the uncle. Satoko didn't need to know that a murder was going to occur in this house. I couldn't quite think of a good lie to tell her, but I couldn't do much standing around like this. I made up my mind and grabbed the doorknob. Keiichi son. I hate him. I hate Keiichi. And slowly turned it and pulled. It was locked. The gap between the door and the wall steadily grew larger. The chain wasn't even on. The oppressive smell of life in Satoko's house hit me. Excuse me, what? At the entrance, there was a few pairs of shoes and sandals. Couldn't tell whether he was here or not just by looking at them. Could hear a television on somewhere. Ew! Oh! I thought my room was bad, but holy moly. Keiichi definitely is a younger, dumber battler. He is. But battler, he's kind of fun in a way. But Keiichi, I don't know. I don't know. Television was in the messy dining room. There was food scattered about the table, giving an impression decidedly different from a happy family's mealtime. Meals were for eating food while thanking the person for making it. Meaning whatever occurred in this dining room wasn't a meal. Nobody inside. A girly room? This is a girly room? This room would annoy you? Yeah, I mean, my room is messy, but at least there's no food in there or like dirty. It's not dirty, it's just messy. But this? Blah. No sign of anyone either. But with the television on, he must have been close. They have anticipated my coming and be hiding, waiting for me. Tension I felt for was so thick, so tight that I thought I would choke me. Sorry, no. The newspaper ragging the hedge's thick blade didn't hamper its power at all. I tightened my grip on it, then very carefully took a look around. He's like, Where had those peaceful feelings from before I arrived here gone? Peaceful feelings? He was like, I'm gonna cram! Yeah, so peaceful. Even the sound of sweat bubbling up on my brow got on my nerve. What? Sweat is making sounds? Well. And then I looked at the table and realized something. This wasn't breakfast. The grains of boiled rice were all hardened right up. Then, was it last night's dinner? I left the dining room keeping vigilant, went down the hallway and found the stairs to the second floor. When that man was playing with his friends, he looked out of a second-story window. It was highly possible that room was his own and that he slept there. Tiptoed up the edges of the stairs quietly climbing, without making a sound. Couldn't hear any kind of snoring. Didn't hear anything up there. Went through a few rooms, slowly and quietly opening the paper drawers, checking inside. Where's Satoko? But still couldn't find anyone around. To search more efficiently, I got down on the floor and pressed my ear right up to it. Could hear the television in the dining room, and the low hum, perhaps of boiling water. It was then that I started to harbor some feelings of suspicion. This house wasn't right. It seemed like people had been here since the TV was on, but it wasn't normal for nobody to be around this early in the morning. I silently descended the stairs and went back into the dining room. I looked at the food scattered about. Completely dried up rice. An overturned bowl of miso soup. A package for a side dish brought at the supermarket. But tell Sadako had definitely been the one who made this. Food was far from Mion's perfection or Rena's gentleness, but it was sincere. Judging by how she cooked for me and my house and from the type and amount of side dishes, I deduced the meal was from last night. Wow, he's a detective. He's so smart. The number stamped on the food package read 83. Oh, it's June. 20th June of 83. June. Thanks, Keiichi. That was yesterday. There was food for two. Which meant that this was last night's dinner and Satoko's uncle would have been here then. Yeah, and where's Satoko? Why hasn't she eaten this, huh? Stop it, Keiichi. Don't even think about saying the word impossible again. Anyway, her uncle was here last night. Much was the truth. He had found fault with Satoko's food, thrown the bowl of miso soup, and flung the rest everywhere. In deep within my feelings of calm and composure was lit the flame of anger and a curse. Should I have ever shown this man any mercy? Bump. Heard the sound again, the one from before, like a water boiler. But where's it coming from? Oh god. Please don't tell me Satoko is there somewhere, like, dead. The first floor? But where? The bathroom, maybe? I could hear the noise coming from the other side of the frosted glass at the far end of the changing room. It had to have been the sound of the water boiler for the bath. Steam was enshrouding the glass door, and the heat from it was leaking into the changing room where I was standing too. No. My misgivings deepened. People. Thank you, man. Thank you, Microsoft. Thank you, Windows. Windows was like, there's a little bit of wind here where you are. Yes, I know. There's freaking Christmas trees flying around. People don't normally take a bath this early in the morning. Well, I do. I do. If one did, then it would mean that in this house, time had been stopped ever since some moment last night. Whistle, whistle, whistle. Was it being reheated? The water boiler in the bathroom had been active this whole time. Checked in a clothing basket and saw Satoko's familiar uniform stuffed in it. Uh-oh. The uniform had stains and dried rice stuck to it. Certainly not something she could wear today. Is she still in the bath? Since the last night? It was probably from the miso soup at the dinner table yesterday. I looked hard at the frosted glass, but I couldn't see anything through all the steam. And then an electric surge ran through my mind and terrible premonition came over me. But she couldn't possibly have been in there since last night. That would be impossible. But no. Hinami-sama right now, nothing was impossible. I gulped audibly, then quietly pulled aside the glass door. Eh! Hot, steaming air burst out the slight opening. When bathtub escalates, yep. The fan wasn't on in the changing room, so it went completely white with the steam. Ugh! Just as the hot vapor poured into the changing room, cooled air also flowed into the room with the bath. I just heard, due to being hit by that air, a very weak moan. Uh-oh. It was all I needed to know who it was. No answer. Satoko was in the bathtub, surrounded by a thick layer of rising steam. The top half of her body was leaning over the edge of the tap, and she was passed out. The water boiler kept on making a whistling noise as if angered. I could see the gas flame through a small window. It was roaring at full force, completely blue. Satoko's entire body was boiled red and flaccid, as though her bones had melted away. Ew. It was almost like a doll as she laid there unconscious. I wasn't sure how many seconds passed as I stared in completely bafflement. I came back to my senses and promptly shut off the boiler. Then I dragged Satoko's small body out of the bathtub. Yes, she's a hot The water in it was as hot as the water in public bath. Was she in this boiling water for the entire night? She died. She died. Satoko's body was lighter than I expected as I laid her on the floor and wrapped her in a towel. Went back into the bathroom and opened up the vent, creating a path for a cool breeze to come through. And the breeze hitting her, Satoko moaned again. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you, thank you. Have a nice day. Satoko recognized me and muttered a response, but couldn't really tell what she was saying. Her eyes were muddy and unfocused. I could tell she wasn't completely conscious. On close inspection, her limbs and waist were twitching slightly. This was way worse than normal overheating. It was dangerous. Didn't they call this heat stroke? Think. What would the teacher do if a girl passed out in the middle of summer during a marathon in gym class or something? A marathon in gym class? Excuse me? I turned the water faucet in the kitchen all the way on and soaked a towel in it. I then took the cold towel and pressed it to Satoko's forehead. Satoko reacted harshly to the coldness and let out a muffled voice. But Burn's right. You would soak the burn spot on a running water. Bro! Call an ambulance! Bro, what the hell? Then could I run cold water on the shower and cool her up like that? Oh my god, she's gonna get a shock! No, if it was that sun, it wouldn't be good for her heart. She'd go into shock. I think I read that once before. This was about as much nursing as I could possibly give her. Anything more than this would be too much for the likes of an amateur. Bro, call an ambulance! What? Wait. Oh. What was Satoko reciting under her breath? Rubbed my ear to her mouth to better make out the mysterious spell-like words she kept saying. And at that moment, I understood what they were for. Wait, she's counting the seconds? People tell little kids in the bath to count to 100 a lot, right? Satoko was counting like that. 5,039? Wait, did her uncle tell her to do that? I doubted my ears and doubted her common sense. 10,000? Bro, call an ambulance! Well, you... Because her uncle told her to. You see? Last night, her uncle flew into a rage at the dinner she'd made, saying it stunk and was inedible. Satoko didn't understand what on earth he meant. It wasn't much different than what she usually made for him. Guess he forgot to close the loop function, so she never stopped counting. Never forget to close the loop. Oh my god. Go away, I hate programming. Maybe he hated the smell of the pickled vegetables she bought in particular. Her uncle then decided the stink was originating from Satoko and shouted at her that she never ever took bath. And then he put Satoko in the boiling water and told her not to come out until she counted 2. You already did, sir. I snapped and exploded. Raising the newspaper... Bro, you... Thanks. Raising the newspaper wrap hatchet, I stamped it through the house. I searched for anything, traces, signs, smells, vibrations, heartbeats. With a war cry, I raced up the stairs with such force I could have stomped a hole through them. Then I found the futon in the room I thought to be her uncle's, and well aware he wasn't sleeping in it, I bashed it with a hatchet. Let the hate run through you. Ah yes, Keiichi, more evidence, Keiichi. You're just leaving more evidence, you idiot. Did he run into the closet? I'll bust the entire closet down, door and all, and if it's not there, maybe there's a secret door. Any switches or levers in the walls here? I smashed into wall after wall with a hatchet, crushing them. Dust rose into the air and broken pieces scattered about the floor. I Smash all the glass windows too, for good measure. Oh no. Yeah, I'll just let him scream. Of that destroyed everything beyond recognition in her uncle's room. My reason finally kicked in and suppressed my emotions. Nice. Anyways, her uncle wasn't in the house right now. I'd have to leave grilling him until later. Remember, kids, never go full Keiichi. Right now, I had to do something about Satoko. Bro, call a freaking ambulance! Went back to the changing room. Satoko was still lying limp on the floor. There was nothing more an amateur like me could do for her. He's so stupid! I needed to take her to the clinic. Just call him! Coach had treated me like a lunatic yesterday. Tried to lock me up in a mental hospital. I never wanted to see his damn face again, but I still need to go to the infirmary one more time. I needed to have a doctor look at Satoko. Call them! Just call them! Thought about putting her in a dirty uniform lying in the laundry basket, but I had no experience dressing someone, so it would be pretty difficult. Shoot! Didn't have time to be wasting here. I eventually gave up on clothing her and decided to carry her in her bath towel. Ah, yes, nice! He doesn't believe in ambulances. The clinic was closest to Satoko's house. It would be way faster to carry her there than to call 119 and get an ambulance. Threw the biggest towel I could find over her and prompted her to stand. This what? Her words sounded clearer than before. She was starting to come back. Her tears of relief, just knowing she'd improved even a little bit. Satoko turned so she was lying on her face and then put up a weak struggle to get up on her knee. Smoothly swept her up and put her on my back. The towel I put on her seemed like it was about to fall off. I mean, yeah, it's probably just sticking to her skin right now. It didn't hurt one bit to carry Satoko. She was light, too light. Lightness actually made me uneasy. Yeah, stop! Outside it had gotten hotter, as though eager to attack Satoko. Fucking cicadas. Why did I have to choose this morning to get so hot out? Why is it the cicadas' fault? Just a bit of aloe vera crayons and all is fine. Yes. Didn't have time to swear at them. Clinic was this way. You had the time, bro! You just did it! Hoisting Satoko on my back, I broke into a trot. The hilly road to the clinic, with which I had never... Wait, let me save. Difficult as before was now torturous. Big beads of sweat formed on my brow, and at some point my breath had grown faint. How? Didn't he like say, yeah, I can just carry her? No. No, man, it's torturous. The hatchet in my belt... Oh, yeah, right, yes. An idiot. The hatchet in my belt was heavy and made it hard to work. Yeah. Where does he have the hatchet? Hey, sniper. I considered leaving it, but I couldn't let it go. At least not while Satoko's uncle was still breathing. The signboard for the area clinic came into sight. I quickly noticed something was odd, so I stopped. Several red revolving lights were flashing at the clinic. 3 police cars were parked in the parking lot with the lights on. Wait, is Irie-sensei also dead? I mean, Takano-san is, but there didn't need to be much else to inform me something had happened. I didn't want to see Coach, so I'd planned to leave Satoko in the clinic waiting room and give the receptionist a message. But that police officer Oishi here, I couldn't go inside so carelessly. Jesus Christ! I gently put Satoko down the shade of the thicket. Yeah, just stay there! Hi, Daryl. Thank you, thank you. What the hell, Keiichi? What the... Wait. I'll be right back, I added, getting to my feet. Cautious of my surroundings, I hid myself behind a car and got closer to the officers grouped at the clinic's entrance. I overheard an officer wearing a necktie, probably the leader, and a white-robed doctor having a discussion about something. The doctor didn't seem to be a coach. It was one of those who Coach told to make the tea yesterday.
最初に見つけたのは朝当番のあなただったと。
Find what?
それでどんな感じだったんです？
Find what?
事務室の所長席のソファーに座って居眠りをしているように
Don't
見
tell
えました。
me Edie is also dead.
で、机の上に水差しと空き瓶になった睡眠薬があったので、
Oh
あなたは
no.
すぐに睡眠薬で自殺したんだと考えたと。それで
That quote is pretty fitting. That's so funny. They actually killed them. Thanks for 5 seconds. In the game. Pigman.
高熱と瞳孔の拡大に重度の意識障害も見られました。
Wait, so
睡眠薬中
also
毒の典
dead?
型的な重症例だと思いましたので、直ちに対応に入りました。
sleeping pill poisoning? What?
警察も救急も呼ばずに？
ここは病院で私は医師ですよ。
Without calling a hospital. Sir, I'm a doctor.
生命が危険な状態にあるので、直ちに治療して当然です。
ああ、まあいいからいいから。それで
Everyone is delulu.
呼吸が不正常だったので、人工呼吸を施しました。合わせて呼吸刺激薬を投与。効果が出なかったので、人工呼吸器の準備をし、
ああ、はいはい。それでつまりいろいろ頑張ったけど結局ダメだったと。
It's eerie, isn't it? Yeah, that cop has negative
そうい
IQ.
うわけですよね。
Most recent village in a light novel. It's a official novel.
通報は死んでから直ちに？
はい。
Also, I think ReZero has started up again, hasn't it? Or is it gonna start up like this week?
救うことができず、とても残念です。
Just then, a radio in one of the police cars started to bust, producing a broken mechanical voice. Is it really a visual novel if I'm not looking? Bro, I'm gonna smack you.
小宮山さん、聞こえますか？どうぞ。
どうぞ。
もしもし、小宮山です。
どうぞ。
ああ、お疲れ様です。睡眠薬での自殺みたいですね。
Why would he do that?
遺書の類はなし。
Suicide? What the heck were they talking about? Someone had committed suicide at the clinic. But who? I wish Takano-san dead and she died the next day. And yesterday I wished Coach was dead. It's a knee slipper dead joke right there. It is. Then, could he have?
普段から睡眠薬を常用していたとかは？
あまり知りません。
日頃疲れたとか死にたいとかそんなこと言ってました？
Probably not. It's just Oya Oya-sama's curse.
入江先生は普段からああいう性格でしたか
See,
ら。
told you. It's idiot.
とてもそんな風には。
Rest in pieces, Iria Sensei. It's gonna continue February. Wait, February, man. So I was right. Iria Sensei. They were talking about Coach. Coach killed himself. Why would he do that? Couldn't have been any reason he wanted to die. The only reason that came to mind was that I wanted him dead. This world was insane. If I wanted someone dead, they'd die. That was the kind of world this was. Then what about Oishi? What happened to him? Yeah, he also perished, man. People really died because I wanted them to. Then something should have happened to him too.
そちらに応援が向かいました。課長からそちらは応援に任せて大石社の捜索に戻るとのことです。
See?
了解しました。じゃあすいません。
すみ
こっち
ませんでし
に今応援が
た。
来てるそうですから現場はこのままにしておいてください。おい、行くぞ。
The officers nodded and split up into the petrol cars. Did you say searching for Oshi's car? Searching for his car. That meant he had gone missing? Takano-san, Coach, and Oshi. When I wished for it, the very next day, they disappeared. No matter how angry you were when you said you wished someone was dead, it didn't normally happen. Everyone knew just wishing for it wouldn't make them dead, and that's why people could utter such curses so lightly. Very cute model, thank you! Thank you, look. It's a beanbag. I'm in a freaking beanbag, hell yeah! But my usual model is this one. Whoop. Hello. This is my usual model. This is my usual model. This is me. That's my usual one. Props to the artist. Oh, hell yeah. Let me shout out. This is the artist. Julia. She does great work. Wait. What kind of shout out is that? Lu up do up what? What is what? What is that shout out? What is that freaking shout out? Anyways. Anyways. But the cursor outer were being granted, and that's a good call. Cue for an ad break. I will see you in 3 minutes, guys. Excuse me, hello, start, please, please. Hello, Twitch, please. There we go. Hey boo, yes. Yes, so far the day was great. Because today was a holiday. The break theme lives in my head. Yeah, that's my intention. That is just as intended. I was looking for like music that will just get stuck in your head. You don't know how many tracks I was listening to pick like the opening, the break one, and the ending song. Same with the stream start. The sad thing is, it's an OBS problem. I can never hear like the first let's say like 2/3 of the song I can't even hear. Because OBS is like, no. You shall not listen to the first 2/3 of the song. Like, I can hear it on stream, but not in OBS. I don't know why. It's such a banger song. At the time, I hadn't even been walking, and yet, tap. I heard a footstep. Oyo-sama? It wasn't only one this time. Tap. Tap. They came from behind. And they stood right behind me. Reaching a hand for my shoulder. OBS causing problems? Say it ain't so. No way!
一体何事なんですの
Oh.
さとこが脅かすなよ。
驚いたのはこっちでしてよ。いきなり大声を出さないでくださいまし。
It was Satoko. Her eyes were still unstable, unfocused, but she seemed able to at least walk on her own now. She looked far better now compared to her earlier exhausted state.
具合はどうなんだ？
Bro, just get into the
もう
hospital.
大丈夫なのか？
Are you better? She's
まだ
burnt over
頭が
everywhere.
痛いですけど、いつまでもこんな格好で表にいられませんもの。
Get inside. She gave a smile, a show of courage, but her legs were still shaky.
それより、これは一体何
You know,
事
your
なんです
doctor's
か？
dead. But,
今、警察が話してるのを聞いてた限りじゃ。
監督が自殺したらしい。
Wap, wap, wap. Satoko was at a loss for words. Her face grew paler and paler, and I could tell she was doubting her own ears.
ケイチさん、それ、本当ですの？何かの聞き間違いじゃないんですの？
確かにそう聞いたよ。入江先生が睡眠薬で自殺したって。
Satoko went down on her knees and broke out in tears.
嘘ですわ。監督が
I mean,
自殺
yes,
なんて
but
そんなの
it's
絶
Oya
対に
Oyama-sama's curse, isn't it? As I watched Satoko crying and clawing at the grass, I felt myself trapped by guilt and rhythm. She's touching grass. I got so angry that Coach was treating me like a madman yesterday, that he'd betrayed me, that I thought... Ever played Umineko? Yes! We've read the first 4 episodes on stream, and after I'm finishing this one here, the Higurashi one, chapter 3, we're gonna pick up episode 5 of Umineko. It better be of dead. But even Coach, who to me deserved to die, still must have had people who loved and respected him. Like Satoko here. Did you like it? Hell yeah! I've read the first 7 episodes on my own, and then... Oh, 2 years ago. It was in 2020... Wait. It was in 2023, right? When we started reading Higurashi? Like Satoko here. Am I selfish, egoistically... Egotistical anger. I wished for his death and he was granted. And now Satoko was crying hysterically as a result. The guilt tore at my heart. I brought myself up to murder for Satoko's sake. I decided I wanted Satoko to be happy. Is that really all it took? Murder meant taking someone's life. It meant making everyone attached to that person sad. In Satoko's uncle's case, of course, nobody would be sad. So I didn't feel a sense of guilt at all. What? Coach's death was different. I had wanted to make Satoko happy. And that had resulted in me inflicting a deep sadness upon her, hadn't it? Coach curled himself. It wasn't my... Satoko still hasn't stopped crying, but she seemed to be a little calmer now. Wiping her tears, she stood up.
すまない。
Damn. The only thing I could think of to say to her was an apology. Wait. I want to see how this looks like with the original sprites. Wait. How does this look with the original sprites? Wait. There's the manga gamer one. How does this look with the original ones? oh. That's wild. That is wild. Ryukishi be wilding.
どうして
Yeah, the original art was really something.
俺昨日監督と喧嘩してお前なんか死んじまえって呪ったんだ。呪ったから本当に死んじゃって。
Sadako looked at me dubiously for a few moments. Eventually, her expression softened as she interpreted my words in her own way. I'm not gonna lie, the overexposed photos of the backgrounds was an aesthetic that I kinda miss. It looked kinda cool, yeah, that was cool, but...
圭一さんのせいではありませんわ。監督も大人ですもの。自分の命を捨てるに値する都合があって悩んだ末に選んだんですもの。誰のせいでもありませんわ。
It's not anyone's fault. She smiled a little, trying to comfort me.
いつまでもこのままでいたくありませんわ。
If I remember correctly, I was playing with those old backgrounds in the manga game as sprites or something. Yeah, I was like, no. I want the mods. I have the manga gamer version. No, I want the mods.
服が欲しい。
いいのかよ。
She wants some clothes.
診療所に行って見てもらった方が。
服を着てから見てもらっても別に死にはしませんわ。
Where is she gonna get clothes? She's burned over all of her body and she wants to go back to get clothes. Sadako readjusted her bob towel and started back along the path. The stride was wobbly and it didn't look like she'd recovered as much as she let on. What? Kichi, what the hell? At first Sadako tried to go back home, but it was the time of the morning when people were going to school and to work. After seeing people walking around, she thought better of it. She must have been pretty embarrassed wearing only the towel.
理科のうちに行きますわよ。私の服あるはずですから。
Oh my god!
どうしたんですの？圭一さん。
Sadako noticed how I was hanging my head and spoke to me.
監督はああ見えても大人ですのよ。圭一さんと喧嘩したくらいで自殺するような人ではあり
I'm
ま
not
せん。
gonna lie, I actually like her face or more like her hair like this way better than normally when she's wearing a headband normally, isn't she? I like this one way better. She looks way cuter like that.
自分を責めるのをおやしなさいませ。
At first I thought it was a coincidence, but with 3 people now, I couldn't discard the possibility. There's no such thing as impossible in this world. Stop saying impossible!
この数日おかしいんだ。
何がですの？
Sadako seemed to be having trouble breathing, but she still tried to listen to what I had to say.
おとといの綿流しのお祭り、お前は途中で帰ったから行かなかったんだよな。そして俺は祭りに行ってみんなと遊んだ。
らしいですわね。あの時は取り乱して申し訳ありませんでしたわね。
I'm so confused. Sadako remembered how she blew up at me in the classroom yesterday and bowed to me a little.
実は俺祭りに行っていないって言った。
Stop,
信じるか？
Keiichi! Sadako looked at me confused. She couldn't help it, of course.
信じられるわけありませんわ。何を今さら。
信じられないだろ。
信じたいととととと。
信じられないのは俺も同じなんだ。だって俺は祭りに行っていないのに、俺が祭りに現れてみんなと遊んだって言うんだ。こんなの信じられるわけないだろ。
でしょ？
それ本気ですの？
マジで？
ああ。
Yeah, I have a doppelganger.
綿流しの夜からおかしいんだ。いつの間にか変な足音がペタペタとついてくるようになって。
The blood drained from Sadako's expression.
足音がペタペタ。
そうなんだ。最初は気のせいだと思ってたけど。
Why are you telling
ずっ
her
とついて
this?
くるんだ。
She should just get home, man.
多分 今
Oh
もつ
wait,
いてきて
wait, we're
る
gonna go to Rika's home.
里子の足音と混じってよく聞き分けられないけれど
Also, she's not wearing shoes. Wait, you see the three little stones there to the right of Satoko about like waist level. You see those? Those like smiling at us. I can never unsee that. Maybe she was doubting my sanity. Coach did the same thing. I mean, why wouldn't he after telling him this? The more I thought about it, the more I was unable to endure the feeling that my hatred for Coach had been meaningless. I cannot see it. I told you last time, right, guys? There's a smiley face.
綿流しの日俺は祭りに行かずあることをしてい
What
た
were
ん
you
だ
doing, Keiichi?
ずっとだぞ眠ったり意識がなくなったりしたことはなかった、だから寝ぼけ気分でフラフラと記憶になく祭りに出かけたなんてことはありえない、
それはおかしいですわね。ならどうやってお祭りで遊んだんですの？
だから俺は祭りには行ってないんだよ
No. I can't let myself get emotional. Emotional damage! If I get agitated now, that'd be like proving that there's something wrong with my head. There is, sir. There is.
ごめんみんなが信じてくれないんでつい
There's a popsicle. So no one has gotten the new login item yet?
圭一さんがそう言うなら信じてあげますわ。
あ
それで
あの夜高野さんに会ったんだそれで見下されたと思って
And then I told her she can just die. New item? Not the
俺は
panty.
心の中で念じたんだ
He made a wish.
お前なんか
Does he have
信じ
three
まえ
wishes?
高野さんってどことなくそういう雰囲気がございま
Well,
すもんね。
Takano-san is fun. She's a fun person. A funny person.
その気持ちわからなくもありませんでしたよ。
She's a super funny person, man. I would invite her
高野さんが死んだ
to
の
any party.
知ってるか昨日の話だどこかで焼け死んだらしい
それ本当ですの？死んだんですの？
俺が死ねと願うと次の日には死んでるんだ、それから警察の大石ってやつも知ってるかあのムカつく
That annoying and
刑
fat
事みたいなや
detective guy. Satoko nodded a little.
つさっき警察が話してるのを聞いたんだがどうもあいつ行方不明になってるらしい
Yeah, and what about what was his name again? The dude on the bike?
実は昨日あいつも
Tomitake-san.
死んじまえって念じてたんだ
それ本当の話ですの？
嘘じゃない
There's so many people dying, man.
俺だって信じたくないけど本当の話なんだ高野さんも
本当に
監督
本当
も大石も俺が死ねと念じたら本当に死んでしま
See,
った
so
んだ
he had three wishes. He had his three wishes granted. For a little while, Sadako was at a loss. A long silence ensued. What?
それは怖い話ですわね。圭一さんにせめて嫌われな
Why
いように
in
気
the
をつけ
world
ません
hasn't
と。
she mentioned her uncle yet, by the way?
それだけじゃないもっとおかしいこともあるんだ
I see. He's gotta tell her.
それはお前の
Oh,
Oh,
she's
Nanda.
gonna stop laughing.
おじさまの話はやめてくださいましな。
昨日いたんだろお前の家に
あの人の話はやめてくださいます。
Keiichi, shut the hell up.
嫌なんですの。
ありえないんだ
Shut the hell up,
あい
Keiichi.
つがいるわけがないんだ
He's stupid.
やめてって言ってますのよ。
There we go. Good job,
あの
Keiichi.
男が綿流しの夜以降
Good
いる
job,
わけがないんだ
Keiichi-kun.
だって
Good job.
あの男のことはもう嫌なんです
俺が殺したんだ
Nice!
この手で
Great. Even the cicada stopped crying. Her face was streaked with tears and stiffened even more as she looked at me in disbelief.
俺が綿流しの祭りの夜に
Scream it out into the world, Keiichi.
だからお前の家に帰ってくるなんてことはありえないんだ
But still, he went back. And last night he found fault with the dinner you made him, yelled all sorts of things at you, and then basically boiled you in the bathtub. I feel like Satoko is so far gone. She just imagined that her uncle was there, and she punished herself. I don't think her uncle was there. That couldn't possibly have happened.
だから俺はあの男を確かに殺したという証拠を確かめるために埋めた死体を昨日掘り返したんだ。だがそこには死体はなかった。こんなことがあり得ると思うか？確かに殺したのに死体がないんだ。
It might have been the S group, the Sonosakis.
そして何事もなかったかのように帰宅して。
I don't think he went home. I think Sadako is just that cuckoo in the head.
こんなことがあっていいはずないだろう。
Sadako's entire body stiffened. She was shrinking away like there was someone in front of her about to hurt her.
お前も俺のこと頭が変になった
No,
って
I
思ってる
think
ん
the
だろう
whole
な。
village is like this.
無理もないさ。
Or at least most of the village is like this.
信じられない。
ケイイチさんはきっと空前呪った人が死んでしまったんで混乱してるだけに違いありませんわ。監督の自殺にショックを受けて気が動転してるだけなんですのよ。今日はもう学校を休んでお家で休んだ方がよろしいと思
What
いま
about
す
you,
わ。
Sadako?
私はもう平気ですからどうかご自分の体を大事になさいまし。
Sadako spoke like she understood me, but she also told me to go home. I could see the revulsion in her face. I knew that she didn't want to be around me
サト
anymore.
コちゃんと診療所まで見送ったら俺も帰る。サトコだってまだ足元がフラフラじゃないか。途中で倒れたら大変だぞ。
私はもう本当に大丈夫なんですのよ。男の人にいつまでもこんな姿を晒していたくないんですのよ。
Bro. She rolled up the shrine steps looking like she was about to fall. I immediately ran up to her and helped her stay on her feet. But then Sadako promptly jumped away from me. Outright rejection hurt a lot. Once she got to the top of the stairs, her breathing was ragged and she wasn't even looking at me. At this point, I was being ignored. Well, it was more like she didn't want to have anything to do with me. Really was a feeling of rejection. And that hurt my heart more than any blade could have. It's the path I chose for her sake. To be treated like this at the end of it all was just so saddening. Don't be naive, Keiichi Maebara. I never wanted to be repaid in the first place. I didn't do it so that Sadako would thank you. I did it so Sadako would be happy. And that is what led to this ending. Rika-chan's house was a disaster prevention storehouse used by the town council. You went past it a little further through the shrine grounds, you'd apparently reach the back of the assembly hall. Sadako was heading there, walking quickly, the gravel under her feet crunching as she went. Did she want to get there as soon as possible, or did she want to run away? I couldn't tell. And then I heard the vigorous sound of wings flapping. I turned around and saw a crow. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, that's not good. I hadn't seen many crows since coming to Hinamizawa. I saw them a lot in my old town though. On garbage day, they'd flock to trash collection points, pick through the bags with their beaks, drag out the contents, and have a feast. Really? Crows? On those stupid seagulls? Stupid uminekos? I was remembering that I saw a few crows flocking around the shrine's donation box. I thought how terrible it was for someone to leave a garbage bag in a place like that. Don't tell me there's a head or something like that in there. Is it the uncle? Oh no. The cicadas quieted. Breathing stopped. Please don't tell me there's a body in there. Is it Rika? Thoughts ceased. Even time came to a halt. No, please don't tell me that's Rika in there. I ran over to where the crows were flocking. I ran there in order to drive a horrible idea out of my mind. Please, no, don't. I definitely hadn't wanted this. There's no way I would ever wish for this even by mistake. Rika gets the worst situations if it is. Right? This was not. Oh, I have a bad... Oh no, it is Rika. Oh no! When they noticed my vicious approach, the crows all flapped upwards, fleeing into the sky. When the crows' big black bodies flew away, they exposed the garbage bag. Oh my. What had I seen there? The scream had escaped from my throat before I understood what I was looking at. What was this? Sadako came over as well, realizing something had happened. Oh no! Oh, she's already broke. But this, oh! As she looked over my shoulder, then she screamed as well. This wasn't. Garbage bag was crimson, dyed in fresh blood. Enough of the stupid roundabout way of saying it. That's right. Yes, it was Rika-chan, our friend Sadako's best friend. Always easygoing, clever as a cat, but so cute you couldn't hate her. Our friend Rika-chan, she was. Rika-chan was stark naked. Instead of saying, like, Rika-chan was dead. No, he was stark naked. She was face up, limbs sprawled. Her eyes were like glass, just staring up into the sky. And... Rika! Sadako broke down crying on the spot. And yet she still couldn't approach her friend's remains. Crows had gotten through the garbage bag and they dragged out an apple peel and spread it all over. Oh no. Those are her bowels, aren't it? No, crows, they couldn't do this. On the spot, I started vomiting. Are they? Oh, does she have her bowels out? The sour taste became a bitter one as I threw up over and over again. Rika-chan, her, oh god, those are her bowels. Her stomach was cut wide open, vertically, completely open. Didn't we learn in the last episode that the Cotton Drifting Festival also had a different name? Like the got something. So, did they do that to her? Crows shouldn't have done this. From her open stomach, her organs, her bowels were dragged out like children's toys left all over the floor. An unbelievable sight induced oxygen deprivation in my brain. Color left my vision, a pounding headache, dizzy, and I wanted to vomit. It was like the nightmarish remains of a ceremonial killing. See, this is what yep. Someone, somewhere had krilled Rika-chan, brought her here, laid her here with her limbs sprawled out, and then cut open her stomach and dragged out her intestines. Red and pink viscera were sticking out of her gut. Her intestines were scattered in every direction like it had been for fun. The entire ground was covered in an ocean of red and black. Few of the crows had hopped around inside that ocean. They walked through the sea of blood, leaving bloody footprints, and those footprints, there were several still left on Rika-chan's body. Those sinister prints made it seem even more like a bizarre ritual killing. I may have wished for Takano-san and Coach and Oishi to die. But I didn't remember ever wishing for Rika-chan's death.
So,俺じゃない。
Bro.
俺じゃない。俺じゃない。
I stumbled backwards, then stepped on a newspaper. A newspaper in a place like this? The newspaper was what was covering my hatchet. I kept it wrapped up. Oh no, imagine the police comes over and all. They're gonna be like, ah, Keiichi-san, nice. I kept it wrapped up and on my belt in order to carry Satoko. And that newspaper had fallen off. Sheesh. Don't scare me like that. I went down to pick it up and then Satoko looked. Satoko thinks it was Keiichi. Looked at me with such disbelief as I'd never seen, and froze. She was looking straight at me. At the hatchet. On my belt. Well, if she wasn't already delulu, you know. Now's the time. Satoko, trembling madly, backed away. Tatarigoroshi! She didn't care at all that she was exposing herself through the towel. She just trembled and tried to step back from the demon in front of her. And then she fell to her death. The end. Screaming weakly, Satoko began to run unsteadily. She's so gonna fall down the stairs, isn't she? Run! Run away, that is! Also, we still have 2 more chapters after this. Like, what? The way she ran away, it was so weak, so slow. So if I wanted to go after her, I could have caught up. But if I tried to grab Satoko's shoulder or something right now, she might actually go crazy. She is already crazy! She's been like that for a week now or so. So I had to follow her and try and clear this up. With the hatchet in its hand! She's so gonna fall down the stairs, isn't she? Wait, are we here already and still 2 chapters? Yes! There's still 2 chapters left. So I'm like, what the hell is gonna happen next? Well,
死ねって思っただけで別に
自分で何をしたか記憶に残っていないんでございましょう。そんな人の話なんか信用できるわけありませんわ。
she's got a point.
人を殺した時の記憶が欠落してるだけなんじゃありませんの。
She's got a point.
記憶がないふりをしてるだけなんじゃありませんの。第一、そのナタは何なんですのよ。説明してごらんなさいな。
It's for your uncle who I think is a zombie.
これは
ほらほらほら、ケイイチさんは殺人鬼じゃありませんの。どうしてですの。ちょっと意地悪だったけど楽しくて優しい、一度は本当のニーニーかもしれないとまで思ったのに、どうしてそんな風になってしまったんですの。
I might have been able to slowly answer each one of Satoko's questions at a time. But in this situation, explaining my innocence in such a short period of time was impossible. I mean, I didn't even know if I was really innocent anyway. At the very least, I krilled Satoko's uncle. There was nobody but I krilled him, without a doubt. At that point, I was far from innocent. And I wish Takano-san, Coach, and Oshi were dead. And that curse of mine was granted. When I wished for Takano-san to die, I didn't think of it as anything more than a normal thing you'd say to someone you didn't like. Bro. But then she actually did die, and I realized that if I wanted people to die, they would. Hoping it would happen again, I cursed Coach and Oishi to the same fate. So even ignoring Takano-san's death, Coach and Oishi's were completely premeditated crimes. Was I a kriller, just like Satoko said? Was I unable to distinguish between illusion and reality? Turned into a demon without remembering it, becoming Kriller who carried out Oyashiro-sama's curse? No, that couldn't be. It was impossible. Ah, damn it! The very word impossible was impossible in Hinamizawa right now. How many freaking times have I said that word these past 3 days? Satoko had started crying again and was walking unsteadily. First it felt like she was still running, but now it was like she was walking away, crying from someone bullying her.
どうして
Is she gonna fall into one of the
どう
traps?
してこんなことになってしまったんですの？どうして？
If there was an answer to that, then I wanted to know it too. Why? Why did it turn out like this?
ニーニーがいなくなってずっと寂しかったけど、圭一さんが転校してきてくれて、またみんな明るくなって楽しくなって、毎日が光ってたのに。
Yeah, she was right. Those days were bright and beautiful. And yet, after that, Satoko and I shouted the exact same thing.
どうしてこんなことに。
The cicadas were sneering at the spectacle of our strange game of tag. Shut up, shut up, shut up! Eventually I heard the murmuring of a stream. Oh no, where the hell are we? The forest part and suspension bridge appeared. Is she gonna jump? Please don't tell me she's gonna jump. Sadako was crossing dangerously, wobbling as though she might fall at any moment. Wait, she's gonna go to the dam, isn't she? And when I stepped onto the bridge, I swayed a lot, causing Sadako to stagger and fall at the spot.
大丈夫か貞子
Bro,
近寄らないで。
please don't tell me she's gonna fall.
人殺し。
Oh no. Sadako shouted her hatred and made very clear. It was sad. If words could cut, then this wound flowing from my eyes would have been blood for
ど
sure.
うしてこうなってしまったんですの？ケンチさんのこと
Aww.
大好きだったのに。
I wanted to go up to her and give her a hand, but the distance between us was uncrossable. If I got any closer, Sadako would start shouting again, and say things that would hurt me deeply again. So I couldn't approach any closer than this.
貞子
Please don't jump.
俺にもなんでこうなったか
Please don't
わからない
jump.
んだ。
For the love of God. For the love of Oya Oya-sama.
これだけは言えるリカちゃんを殺したのは俺じゃないんだ
I just said a hatchet, you
そ
know.
れだけは絶対に
いい加減なこと言わないでほしいですわ。自分の記憶にも自信が持てない人が何を言ったってどう信じればいいって言うんですの？
She's got a point. I tightened my hands into fists. This was mortifying. I wasn't crazy. Hinamizawa was crazy ever since I wandered into it lost on that one night. No, you're a little bit crazy. This insane world where was at the festival when I wasn't and the uncle I killed was alive. It's like, no, it's not me, it's everyone else. Where death would just come by wishing for it. It was this world's fault. Me and Rena started acting strangely, like they were possessed by something too. And Coach wouldn't believe anything I had to say. Even Satoko, who I should have protected, was yelling at me like this. Is the price for killing a man supposed to be this high? Was I really going to be forced to stay in such a bitter world? I did the right thing. At least I wanted to. So then... Why? I hated it every time I asked why the day Sadako and I enjoyed in peace went so wrong.
貞子信じてくれ
This is a weird sight, right? She's just standing there in her bathing towel.
俺は人殺
And
しじゃ
he's standing there with his head shut.
ではそのナタは何なんですの？納得のいく説明はできまして。
He can't.
このナタが怖いのかじゃあ捨てるよそれなら安心だろ
Sadako did not, but she seemed to be in agreement with that proposition. I clumsily took the hatchet out of my belt and dropped it over the side of the bridge into the stream below.
捨てたぞこれで話を聞いてくれるな
武器を捨てたくらいで気を許すと思いまして。圭一さんほどの方なら私を素手で絞め殺すなんて簡単でしょうに。
Like hell I would ever want to kill Sadako. Sorry, Krail, YouTube, sorry. You idiot.
じゃあどうしたらいい両手を頭の上で組んだらいいか
そうですわね。両手を頭の上で組んで後ろを向いてくださいます。
Oh god. It was a cunning plan, much like the ones she used during club activities. Putting my hands on my head and turning away would mean I couldn't attack Sadako very easily. And mainly a question... what? There were questions that would make her feel better.
これでいいか俺の話を聞いてくれ
It's a clown! Sadako stood up, then carefully approached me from behind. Is she gonna kick him down? Oh, that would be so funny. And then she actually came right up behind me. was so close, and yet I was sad that I wasn't allowed to turn around. Is she gonna do something to him?
圭一さんが悪くないのはなんとなく
Is she gonna do something to him?
多分
Oh, the bells! I heard the bells
乗
again.
り移られただけなんで
You
す
hear the bells, guys?
さっきまでは圭一さんが殺人鬼なんだと思ってたけど
Oh.
私分かりましたの
Uh-oh.
あなたの目を見ていたら
I could hear that Sadako was still crying, but her voice was gentle just the same.
圭一さんが人殺しなんかするわけがない圭一さんの体を
Oh
何か悪いものが
no.
乗っ取って悪事に駆り立てただけ
Oh no. Is she gonna yeet him over the bridge? Was she speaking literally right now? Was she trying to admonish me? I couldn't tell.
思えばひょっとするとあの人たちも圭一さんと同じものに乗り移られていたのかもしれないあの時は殺されるとしか思わなかったから
Oh no.
そこまでは考えが及ばなかったけど今ならわかるあれ
Is she?
は乗り移った
He's
何か悪い
so
ものの
dead.
仕業だった
I feel like he's so
サ
dead.
トコ何の話だ
Oh no. Like both Sadako and Keiichi are super delulus. What's gonna happen? It was like she was less like she was talking to me and more like she was talking to herself. Like she was confessing at my back.
分かってるんですの私身に覚えがないわけじゃないんですのよ
Oh no. Sadako's voice started to become mixed with sobs. Her pained voice tore at my heart. I didn't know what Sadako was talking about.
西宮殿の屋根によじ登ったことがありますの
Did she see Oya-sama?
何年も前のことですわ
Oh no. Uh-oh. Flashback! Once when Sadako was playing hide and seek with her shrine grounds, she climbed into the roof to the storehouse for ritual implements, which everyone said not to go near, and hid. Then Sadako saw that she could get in, through a window meant for ventilation. For Sadako, the word curse was plenty scary, but she was more curious about what was inside the unknown storehouse. She removed the grating on the window, which was already hanging off, slid her small body into it, and climbed down inside. Oh no, she met Oya-sama! It was too dark to see much, but after descending, she realized just how high up she'd been. Is this why her family is cursed? Despite the darkness, she could see a few things around her thanks to the faint light coming in from near our windows. To her disappointment, it was just a regular old storehouse. She tried to leave, but the door was locked up tight from the outside and was made to not open from within. She would have to go back out through the ventilation window she'd come in from. The window was high on the wall, and there was no way she would be able to climb back up. Sadako desperately tried not to cry and racked her brain thinking of a way to get up there. There were a lot of birdcage-looking things hanging by chains from the ceiling. Oh no. Remember? Last episode where Shion, or maybe Mion, who knows, saw someone sitting in the cages. Oh no. She took the hanging chains and strung them along the wall. If she climbed up the bundle of chains, she might be able to manage to climb up to the ventilation window. Brion. There was nothing else she could do, so she had to try. And try she did. It was dark and creepy, and she didn't want to stay there forever. The more she thought about that, the more she panicked. She climbed the bundle of chains. Sadako could hear the clinks and clanks of everything creaking under her weight. And then, just as her hand reached the window, oh my god, imagine another hand! One of the metal fixtures she'd used to stick the chains on the wall flew off. The chains all began to pull loudly and furiously every which way. Oh no. Spurred on by the sounds behind her, she managed to get back onto the roof from the window. Because of the weights of the flailing bundle of chains, the other fixtures broke. Oopsies. And then one of the big bird cages hanging from the ceiling fell to the floor with a huge noise. Under it, oh shoot, was an image of Oyashiro-sama, his vessel, and the cage took off one of the arms, then trapped some other implements beneath it. Oopsies! Yeah, there goes stealth mode. That's me when I tried to stealth in the game, and oops. Didn't take very long for her to grow scared of what she'd done. Uh-oh, the deafening noise could be heard from the rest of the shrine grounds. A few other children heard it and gathered around. Of course, Riko was one of them. Then Riko's father, the shrine's priest, with an angry look ran over. And then, as for what happened next, it was painful to remember. The only one who knew where Rika's parents kept the key to the ritual storehouse was Rika. Did they blame Rika? So he scolded her, saying that this happened because Rika pulled a prank and hid me in there. He was very angry and menacing. Just looking at him was enough to frighten anyone. He exposed Rika's back, took a strangely shaped ritual cane or something, and struck her with it several times. Excuse me, what? Rika's words at the time, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Pitiful voice, I still can't get it out of my head. I should have said it was me. I should have said so to save my best friend from that false accusation without being afraid of Rika's father's terrible temper. Rika gritted her teeth and cried at the crime she didn't remember doing. Ever since then, the world had been strange.
わかってるんですの。私にはこれはお社様のたたりだって。
Yep, Oya-Oya-sama's curse.
あの時、最後伝を怪我して親友を見捨てた
Damn
私
you,
への天罰
Oya-Oya-sama.
だって。
お社様のたたり。
父も母も濁流に消えた。意地悪だったおばも死んだけど、誰よりも私を可愛がってくれたニーニーも私を捨てて家出してしまった。そして圭一さんが転校してきてやっと楽しい毎日が戻ってきたと思ったのに、今度は圭一さんが取りつかれてリカも殺されて。聞いたの私。
What did you hear?
お社様は本当にたたりをなすときは本人をすぐに殺さないんだって。親しい人から順に殺してみんな殺してから最後に殺すんだって。
Imagine.
だから圭一さんもたたりにやられて、きっと今度はレナさんやミオンさんがたたられてしまうんですわ。
Uh-oh.
そして殺したり殺されたり、もう嫌。
Okay. So Satoko thinks that all the killings have to do, Krillings have to do with her going into the shrine or to the storehouse.
落ち着けよ、
Damn.
サトコ。たたりなんかない。誰もお前をいじめたりなんかしないって。
When I turned around, I was thrust away with an amazing force. There we go. Bye, Keiichi. Give my hands were awkwardly placed on my head. I couldn't take the fall and lost my balance. I've been pushed not into the bridge, but to the side. Bye! Towards the stream. No, this can't be happening. Wah! As one last miracle, I was allowed to grab a cord hanging from the bridge. Far below me was the stream. But pretty high up, and below were rocks of all sizes. That emote. If I fell, it clearly wouldn't be pretty. The entire bridge was tilting under my body weight. Frail little grip probably wouldn't last another minute before my fingers had to let go. Let it go! Let it go! I didn't understand myself what I meant by shouting her name then. Was I asking her to save me? Was I asking her why she did this? Yit the Keiichi! Yit! Finally, everything came back into focus and I saw Satoko. I was surprised at what an odd expression she had. It was the first time I'd seen it. Oh no, it's the eyes probably. It's the eyes, right? What's that music? It was an expression of righteous anger meant only for those who needed to die. Ah, yes. Okay. Okay. She's cuckoo in the head. As she screamed, she jerked the bridge to and fro. She didn't have to do that. I was going to fall anyway. Wouldn't it be funny if she also slipped and fell? I mean, what? Like, she's talking about I won't lose and then she just slips and falls too?
Satoko, これだけは聞いてくれ。
I don't know what my face looked like at the time. But it seemed like it was enough to quell Satoko's agitation.
俺のしたことは確かに褒められるものじゃない。いや、いけないことだったかもしれない。だけど、お前に幸せになってほしくって、それだけは
Please believe me, I just crawled to make you happy. Believe me, please.
こいつ最後の最後でさんのふりを
Sadako didn't seem to have any more desire to listen to what I had to say. For that to happen at the very end like this was tragic.
お前に褒められたくてやったわけじゃなかった。お前に幸せになってさえ
Don't
もらえれ
think
ばよ
she's
かった。
happy, dude.
俺たちはダメなんだ。お前が笑っていないと
No.
ダメなんだ。だから俺が消えたら笑っ
I
てくれ。
guess she out-delulu him. Yes, she did.
俺が死ぬことで新しい生活を迎
I'm
えたなら
delulu. No, you're delulu. No, I'm delulu. No, you.
それだけ約束してくれないか。
I think she will just slip that one.
ケイチさんの口調で喋るな。落ちろ、落ちてしま
Okay, bye. Kick hearts. And those were the last words Sadako ever said to me. Those sad, tragic, and altogether unrewarding words. What on earth was I? My desire to make Sadako happy ended up like this. Where did I first go wrong? And what was the mistake I made? When did I make it? Was I the crazy one, or was it Hinamizawa? Even after all this, I thought I wasn't crazy at all. Sir. Sir. You need a reality check. It was this eerie world that was crazy. This world I accidentally wandered into that one night. It was that fun world where I never doubted all the crazy times we had as a club would go on forever. Couldn't possibly have transformed into such an abnormal world. Fun world wouldn't have ever ended with this, with Sadako pushing me to my death. In the end, I was going to be swallowed up by this crazy world and disappear. No, I'd probably already disappeared. Yes, probably. The night of Watanagashi. Sure that in the world I really belonged to, I'd vanished that night and everyone was worried. It was laughable that I had taken this long to figure out I wasn't around anymore. Yashiro-sama's curse on the 5th year was Sadako's uncle dying and me disappearing. In the real world, Sadako had already been freed. Maybe my friends were all lamenting my disappearance and valiantly trying to get back on their feet. But even though they were down to 4 people, the club would reopen and they would have a good time without me. I mean, that would kind of make sense, right? But interesting. That's an interesting theory. Waiting for the day when I would come back. I'm sorry, everyone. I couldn't come back home. This is what I wished for. It was my wish for Sadako's smile and my duty as her nini. At this point, there will be nobody left to torture you. For Satoshi and I, it took 2 years, but we succeeded. That annoying, toothy little smile of yours. I wanted to see it. One more time. Yeah! But is she actually still alive? Or was that like the... He's dead. My pain wasn't gentle or merciful. It was a sharp pain, violent, powerful, and ruthless. The little compassion I had receded in the span of a moment. And now I could die. Let's say goodbye to this insane world. Farewell, crazy Namizawa. I feel like this is like ReZero, where Subaru is like, oh, whatever, goodbye. I'm out of here. See ya. Peace. Thanks for giving me the psychic power to kill people whenever I want it. If you'll still allow it, I'll wish for one last thing. The death of this very world of this crazy Namizawa. So that nobody would ever again have to find themselves lost here again. He's just like, peace out. I'm out of here. Bye. What? What the hell? What? And there's still 2 more episodes after this? How? How are there 2 more episodes after this? Research notes. Okay. Yeah, see, I didn't get the achievement for all the notes. I got a demon. Witness the final showdown. What? What? Okay, let's... Well, that was mental a little bit. Research notes. Okay, let's check the research notes. Oyashiro-sama. Nobody really knows what characters to use to write Oyashiro-sama. Knowing this is hard partly because depending on the time period, he has been called with various titles, with subtle changes to his names, and nobody knows the real one. It's Oya-sama. The only thing all time periods agree on is that the 4 syllables O, Ya, Shi, and Ro are always used. There's a theory stating the shrine or yashiro dedicated to Oyashiro-sama itself became an object of worship, and that people began calling it Oyashiro-sama or Lord Honorable Shrine. This doesn't make a bit of sense. I don't know whether this is related, but people say the Furuta family, the most respected bloodline in terms of worshipping Oyashiro-sama, actually inherited his blood. I feel like this is what Takano-san wrote. In the legend, the Furuta family passes down it for 8 generations in a row to firstborn child as a girl. The 8th daughter will be the reincarnation of Oyashiro-sama. Wait, is that Rika? We go by this legend, the characters used for Oyashiro-sama's name should be O for honorable, Ya for 8, and Shiro for generation. These characters' assignments are simply something I've thought up. There is no way to verify it. If this is true, then Oyashiro-sama would have been named as such under the assumption he would come again. The second coming of an object of worship can be seen in several religions, so this isn't unusual. A few of these religions call the second coming of the object of worship a day of judgment, or something along those lines, and we must not forget they mean it to be the end of the world. Rika Furuta, pampered and loved dearly by the elderly folk in the village. She is the 8th one, isn't she? The rumors say she's the 8th generation of Oyashiro-sama. I see. I do not know the family tree of the Furutas, but at the very least I can confirm that for the past 2 generations the first child has been a girl. Rika Furuta watches over Hinamizawa. If the village were to lose her protection, what would happen? A peace between man and demon be lost? It would once again create a hellish landscape where man-eating demons run rampant, nom 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 nom. The gruesome feast of the demons who suddenly remembered how delicious the weak humans were, could only cry, scream, and run for their lives. What would that look like? Just imagine it. It's enough to make my heart pound with excitement. Doki doki. Waku waku. Okay, wait, we read all tips. Read all tips, wait. Read all tips, but... So I checked, I was looking on Steam, there's Higurashi. And it says... there is 2 more chapters, so but that means there are no more tips, huh? It's like 2 more chapters, not gonna spoil the names. And then there's the after party. Oh. Okay, let's take a short ad break. And then we will be back. I'm not gonna read like the after party. Because remember the after party of episode 1? Holy hell. But yeah, I will run a quick ad break and I will be back in 3 minutes. See you then. Bam, bam, bum, 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 bum. The funny thing is, guys, I am the official mayor of the Lulu town. No. I can show you this. I just made a screenshot. Wait. I can show you this. Like, let me just call it A. Like, I'm using StreamerBot. Maybe I should update StreamerBot. What? This is what I saw. You see that? You see that? I only saw the last sentence. Only saw the last sentence, so I was like, okay, let me copy and paste the one from Discord. I copy and pasted it. It was also the last sentence. Then I looked on Twitch, on the actual Twitch, and I was like, huh? It's just there. Anyways, yeah. I don't know. Oopsie gravy. Ooh, that reminds me. I have to log into Heaven Burns Red again. Because there's free gacha also. I pulled and got the character again. My head was pounding. The sky was bright. It was cold too. It hurt. Each sensation I felt led to a new and different one awakening. When I came to, I was lying face first in a dry riverbed. Wait, he survived? A few body parts hurt a lot. The skin over a bunch of my joints was torn, turned blue and red or oozing blood. I could tell it was my bones that were in pain from the agony I felt whenever I moved. I looked up and saw how high the bridge was, from which I had fallen. Considering I dropped from there, it was a miracle that I could open my eyes again. Open eyes, big! That's what my VTuber mama would say. Right next to me was a broken upside-down car seat, which I guess some pranksters had brought here. Maybe this thing had been conveniently lying right under me, allowing me to escape instant death. Miraculous. Of course, I didn't know whether this miracle was fortunate or unfortunate. I failed to die, and now I was still stuck in this insane world. Imagine Satogo's lying right next to him. Dead. How long had I been unconscious for? The sun was high in the sky, so it looked like only 1 or 2 hours had passed. But my body's sluggishness didn't make it feel at all like so short a time had gone by. Mentally, I felt like I'd been asleep here for a decade. Same. The more feeling returned to my body, the more the pain flooded in. It hurt so much it would have been better not to have woken up. I needed to get to a doctor. Yeah, to Coach's clinic. The term Coach's clinic brought memories back, one after another, memories I wish I hadn't recalled. Satoko was no longer on the bridge. She would have returned to Inamizawa by now. She would put on some clothes, go to the clinic, get a checkup, and report how crazy I had seemed. Police were waiting for me without a doubt. This time, would they find out for real that I'd killed her uncle and arrest me? Would they just send me to a mental institution like I thought they might? Still, I didn't care which it was. Please, someone stop all this pain. You can boil me or cook me after that. Whatever you want. Wait, is this Mineko? I began to walk unsteadily, just limping along. I went downstream and then through an animal trail-like path in the woods. I walked haphazardly, searching for a path I knew. Eventually, I finally came across a familiar road. It's the smiley face road! And set off towards the clinic. Not to my house, but to the clinic, which had treated me like a lunatic. Sorry, lunatic. Sorry, English. Oh, was English. It was hot and humid. There was no wind, and the air was stagnant. For a while now, I've been smelling the terrible stench of burnt eggs that made my face crunch up. What? Wait, isn't that, what kind of chemical thingy is burnt eggs? And then at last I noticed something. I couldn't hear any cicadas. It's the first time I'd heard, like rotten eggs, like burnt eggs are not rotten eggs. Sulfur is rotten eggs. Is sulfur bad if you inhale that shit? It was the first time I'd heard Hinamizawa be so utterly silent. I thought back, it seemed like birds always chirped in the morning, cicadas always cried loudly in the afternoon, and Higurashi always rose up in chorus in the evening. Always something to hear. I couldn't hear a single insect. The only thing I could hear was the rustling of the wind brushing the treetops. I'd never experienced this sort of quiet before. And the only sound coming from the trees lacked life somehow. The trees were yellow and many leaves were spread on the ground despite it being too early for autumn. You inhale enough, it can knock you out. Oh. Okay. So the town is smelling like sulfur. Nice! Even the weeds that had been growing so persistently at the side of the road had yellowed, brown, and lost everything. So all the animals also went like... That means all the residents are also like... It swells the lungs. Nice! Only the sunlight itself was of the June Hinamizawa I knew. And yet it seemed like the seasons had switched all of a sudden. Yeah, I don't think that's normal, sir. Looking at the fallen leaves and rotting weeds led me to spot a few small insects turn on the break. Sir, are you sure you've only been lying there for a couple of hours? They were moving. There were corpses. I looked closer to see insect corpses scattered all around like a child had collected them as samples and then thrown them about. Zavarudo. The stench, what was it? It's probably in hell. Isn't that supposed to smell like rotten eggs? It was terrible, like burnt eggs. Combined with all the bug corpses and leaves falling from the trees in summer. Someone sprayed herbicides or pesticides around here? He survived the fall. I went to make some tea. Yes! He survived the fall. He fell apparently onto a car door. And then he was like, yeah, I must have been asleep for 1 or 2 hours. Satoko isn't here anymore. But I feel like it's been days. Even at school, we apparently fumigate? They call it pest disinfection or something, once or twice a year. I hadn't run into anybody, despite how bright it was outside. It was mid-afternoon, and yet it felt like I was sauntering about at midnight. Midnight. Well, with the swell... I should just stop streaming for today, man. Well, with this smell, nobody would want to be walking around outside. Just what was this anyway? There was no sound, no noise, not even a breath. Hinamizawa was silent. Yeah, everyone's like... The school would come into view right after turning this corner. And yet I couldn't hear any commotion at all. Yeah, everyone's like... None of the shouts or grunts the children were always made. Yeah, everyone's taking a nap. Forever. They never showed this in the anime? Really? It was simply quiet. It's been so long since I've watched the anime. The original one, the very first one. Just pretending to ignore the silence had grown intolerable. I saw the school. Finally, I heard something. It was the sound of a few trucks. A few very tall trucks parked in the schoolyard idling. What? About 10 workers in raincoats were unloading things from the trunks. What? It was hot and humid even in my casual clothing. I couldn't imagine how unbearable that must have been. And then I remembered. Our school was rented from the Forest Service field office building, wasn't it? It wasn't strange at all for Forest Service trucks to be doing some kind of work in the schoolyard. Besides, what did forest rangers do anyway? Not bad for them having to work in such heat. There was such stench about. They were taking colorful cargo out of the truck and lining it up in the schoolyard. Oh no. Is it like blankets to put the corpses in there? What's this high-pitched noise in the OST? Oh, you also hear it too? I also hear that. There were containers, fairly large ones, inside multicolored patchwork bags. Heavy too, they were being carried in pairs. They lined them up very neatly like tuna at a riverside fish market. Several dozens, hundreds of tuna were completely filling the fairly wide schoolyard up. I forgot my pain for a little while, captivated by this big forest ranger job I'd never seen before. Just stood there watching in daze. The people in raincoats working on the other side noticed me. One of them pointed me out and they shouted a few things back and forth. I thought they might yell at me for getting in their way, so I decided to leave post-haste. He's like, bye! But then 2 trucks drove up behind me. I stepped aside and they entered the schoolyard. Sheets covered the trunks, but I could tell they were completely full. It's just dead people in there, on there! They paused, there was an awful smell that made me want to choke. It wasn't the same burn egg smells before, but an even worse one, like rotten crab meat. That's all the corpses, aren't they? What was it? I've been shrouded in... Can you stop with this high-pitched thingy? I've been shrouded in one terrible stench after another all day. A certain white letters emblazoned on the side of the passing cross caught my eye. Ground Self-Defense Forces? Excuse me, what? Again, she's also like, what? Self-Defense Forces like the army? Why was the army in the schoolyard?
おい君、どこから入ってきた?
Ah, sir, I fell. Suddenly, someone slapped me on the shoulders from behind. Smack! Turn around and a canopied SDF Jeep was parked there. Did you watch the SDF anime, guys? It's so cute. The self-defense force, what was it called? Like the other world thingy? It's so good. I started reading the light novel at one point, but then I was reading so many others at the same time. Yeah, Gate. The SDF person had one green raincoat and a gas mask like in the movies, carrying a compressed air cylinder. Oh no! He didn't look normal. There wasn't an inch of exposed skin anywhere. Oopsies!
どこから入ってきた?
When I tried to talk, I stretched a wound on my head. Met the SDF people exchange glances. They're like, bro, everyone's dead in the village. How did this stupid kid survive? I couldn't see their faces through their mask, but they seemed surprised.
君はひなみ様の住民か? 住所と名前は言えるか?
一応ここに住んでますけど。
Sort of live here.
名前は前原圭一です。
I've been living here for a couple of months, but I only sort of live here, man.
住所は
Oh, because he still thinks he's in a different
南沢
world.
村。
After seeing me tell them my name and address without hesitation, one of the SDF people watching from the jeep started talking into a radio.
本部、応答願います。本部、応
We
答願い
have
ま
one
す。
single survivor.
402生存者発見。
Why is it a 402?
繰り返す。402生存者発見。
What is a Yon Maruni? What is a 402 survivor? What's a 402?
場所は営林署入り口前。
Just code?
生存者は健在。
Healthy? Yes, freaking healthy.
全身に外傷を認められるも
Exactly, wounded
生
all
命に
over.
支障
Like
なし
cops responding to. Oh, okay.
自立歩行可能。これより保護し本部へ送致します。
Okay. I was prepared to go along with the police, but the SDF? I couldn't help but think it seemed a little bit much. Yeah, same, man. Same. They urged me into the back of the jeep, and then they told me to put on this gigantic gas mask. In case she has been breathing the stuff in for I don't know how long. Here, have a mask. I did so, and one of the troops fiddled around with it, strapping it tightly to me. It was heavy, hard to see out of, hot and difficult to breathe. Just looking at the world through the lenses made it lose its sense of reality. Her breathing sounded like some giant monster through the mask. At this point, I had no idea what was happening. Same. With much trepidation, I asked the trooper adjusting my mask.
すみません。
Sorry, sir, what
何かあっ
happened?
たんですか?
君はどこにいたんだ? 何をしていたんだ?
Hey, don't answer a question with more questions. I was the one asking
ず
you.
っと山に入ったところにある吊り橋から
You just fell.
河原で多分気絶してました。
うん
今日が何曜日かもよくわからないです。
What day is it?
今日は昭和58年の6月22日。
When did he get pushed? Was it already the 22nd? Or was it the 21st?
水曜日だ。
It surprised me. Sadako pushed me off the bridge. See, he's been there for a day. Sadako pushed me off the bridge on Tuesday, the 21st. Then, man, I'd been asleep on that riverbed for an entire day.
改めて聞きますけど、何があったんですか? なんで自衛隊が来てるんです? 何かの訓練ですか?
Yeah, that's a drill with a lot of dead people. They're not bleeding out in the water for a whole day. Yeah, but he was lying on the car door, right? So I guess there wasn't any water. He said there wasn't much water in the river, right? Sir, your whole village is dead. How do we tell the kid everyone's dead? Had my questions been that difficult for him? None of the troopers would answer me. Oh, it's a car again! The one in the driver's seat, talking on his own radio, turned on the vehicles. Turned the dial and some broadcast station or another came in. I started to listen to the voice of radio announcer I was familiar with.
より首相官邸で行われました。記者団からの自衛隊の災害出動が迅速に行われなかったことが 前例のない未曾有の大災害に直
disaster.
結したのではないかとの質問に対し、
でありまして、県知事からの派遣要請を受けて迅速に対応したもの
Are
と
you
思ってお
winning?
り
I
ます
think everyone's dead. Except Kenshi. So, maybe we're winning?
とこのように述べ、要請を受けてからの自衛隊の出動は迅速であった。むしろ県側の事態把握に遅れがあった可能性を示唆しました。そもそも自衛隊の派遣を要請した県知事は、災害発生から前例のない大災害であることをいつ認識できたのか、そして災害派遣要請までにいわゆるお役所的なロスタイムが生じ、被害の拡大を招いたのではないか、今後の究明が待たれています。首相官邸より報道部の尾形記者がお送りしました。
It doesn't tell me anything. It just knows it's a
ここでもう一
disaster.
度災害発生からの行政の対応を振り
Okay,
返ります。
cool. I don't care about the political response. What happened? In the middle of the night between June 21st and June 22nd, a large-scale disaster broke out in Hinamizawa village, Shishibone. This is like the credits at the end of Umineko. The details have not yet been investigated, but there was an eruption of volcanic gas from somewhere in the Hinamizawa area. The gas was relatively heavy, and as it spewed out, it began to flow. The flow went down along a small river and headed directly into Hinamizawa village. After a few hours, it had covered the entire region. It happened in the middle of the night, 2 to 4 a.m. Every home and household in the village was afflicted. Yep, everyone's dead. Sorry, that disaster was my fault. I drank too much and then my toilet was so special. It was disgusting in Oros. With most of the residents asleep, it is thought that all died without noticing the crisis. Catastrophe striking in the middle of the night caused the detection to come too late. But there was still one small opportunity to have noticed it. 3 a.m. A news dealer's shop in Okonomiya sent a vehicle carrying the morning newspaper to its branch office in Hinamizawa. Usually, the shop would be contacted upon the vehicle's arrival, but this morning, that didn't happen. The news dealer's shop made repeated calls but got no response. Oh my god! He told them! And everyone was like, nah, pal, we're asleep. Yeah, the ropers is probably upstream, yeah. The shopkeeper sent his eldest son to check on things, but they lost contact with him as well.
非常に悔やまれています。この時点で警察か消防への連絡があったなら、事態はもっと改善されていた可能性が高いです。
News dealers, I have some news for you. Everyone's like,
全滅とい
no.
う惨劇は免れた可能性があります。
6 a.m. Residents in areas in the same region began continuously calling 119 to report the smell of rotten eggs, dizziness, nausea, and headaches. Fire department received the same reports, all from the same confined region. They speculated a truck loaded with chemicals may have gotten into an accident and reported it to the local police. 6:30. Contact was lost with a patrol car on duty in the Hinamizawa area after the officer reported the smell of rotten eggs. Was that Oishi-san? No, the timeline doesn't add up, right? The local police considered the possibility of a large-scale disaster involving high lethal gas and reported to the prefectural police at 7:15. 8 a.m. The governor was traveling to nearby prefectures for inspection, so in accordance with the regulations, the prefectural environmental disaster prevention chief was provisionally escalated to Director General and set up a disaster countermeasure office. However, without contacting the governor, the countermeasures came too late.
近年、市民団体によって指摘されていますが、議員待遇者との視察旅行は完全に親睦を目的にしたもので、市民三昧だと噂されています。
They were at a freaking drinking party! Jesus, the whole village got wiped out, and they were at a freaking drinking party!
近い筋の話では、知事は徹夜で飲んだくれて、泥酔状態で就寝していたそうです。環境部長から電話があった時も泥酔していて、全く取り合ってもらえなかったのだそうです。
Bro! It's because of a freaking drinking party! And so the authorities, in the hour or so it took for the governor to grasp the situation and sober up, did nothing but accumulate information.
知事は言うに及びませんが、知事不在時には 本部長を務めることになる環境部長にも怠慢の責任が問われるでしょう。また県としても大災害を想定したマニュアルが用意されておらず、対応が常に後手に回ってしまったのが致命的でした。
9:12 a.m. On the advice of the prefectural police, the governor requested a disaster relief mission from the SDF. By the time the chemical defense unit, equipped with protective equipment, arrived on the scene, 8 hours had already passed since the incident's outbreak.
とにかく深夜の就寝中というのが不運でした。同じ災害でも日中に起こっていれば全く違ったでしょう。
Yes, just blame it because they were sleeping. Don't blame it on the dude who was drunk. It's not the governor, it's because Keiichi wished for this cursed town to disappear. Oh no! All households in the Hinamizawa village region were wiped out. There were over 1,000 victims. Wait, there's 1,000 people living in Hinamizawa? The SDF is still confirming the situation on the ground, but their results are predicted to only increase that number.
スタジオにはゲストとして火山性の災害にお詳しい地学博士の藤原先生にお越しいただいております。
河口部に限定して申し上げれば決して珍しいことではありません。火山大国日本にはたくさんの活火山がありますが、それらの河口部はいずれも危険なガスの噴出する危険性が。
では今回南沢村を襲った卵のフラン臭のするガスというのも河口部では一般的なガスということですか？
卵のフラン臭という特徴から、おそらく火山ガスの中でも事故例の多い硫化水素によるものだと考えられます。高い濃度であれば非常に危険なものです。
This poor town.
南沢村は火山の河口部とは全く縁遠い場所にあるわけですが、そういった河口部でない場所でもその硫化水素が発生することがあるのです。
The swamp.
詳しいことは分かっていないので、
Wait, what about the
したことは申し上げられませんが、外国の例で温泉の地下のマグマだまりからガスが噴出したという記録があります。
先生、ありがとうございました。今防衛庁から発表があったものです。防衛庁の森川さん。
はい、防衛庁です。先ほど防衛庁は南沢村ガス災害の主原因となった火山性ガスについて陸上自衛隊科学学校での分析の結果、二酸化炭素と硫化水素の混合ガスによるものだったと発表しました。
Carbon dioxide is the one that we breathe out, or is that mono? Wait, wasn't that mono? Or I don't know. Wasn't carbon monoxide that were... Wait, I'm stupid.
森川さん、そのガスは依然として噴出を続け、周囲に拡大しているのでしょうか？
現在、南沢村で救助活動に入っている自衛隊第9師団の報告としてガスの濃度は徐々に薄まりつつある。これ以上の被害の拡大はないと発表しました。ですが依然、南沢村地区は危険な状態にあることには変わりなく、今後も注意深く監視を続ける必要があるようです。
防衛庁から報道部の森川記者がお伝えしました。続きまして、避難を余儀なくされている沖宮地区住民の模様をリポートします。現在避難所の一つとなっている下篠崎小学校に報道部の現地記者がお伝えいたします。
何ですかそれ。
Is it the jeep clamoring, bouncing along the rough road? None answered my much question. Unprecedented catastrophe had destroyed Hinamizawa in a single night. Where was Hinamizawa village anyway? Someplace deep in the mountains, right? Names of places I'd heard about on the radio were always like that. They were all places I'd never heard of, much less knew the locations of. Wiped out? What does that mean? Kid, you stupid. Don't they usually say how many died and how many were injured? How many people were alive? Where did everyone evacuate to? He's stupid! Eventually we came to view of Coach's clinic. For the first time I saw the flag of Japan hanging on a pole outside. Japan's circular sun hung down as though exhausted. Many SDF tents were set up in the clinic's big parking lot, and many strict security vehicles were parked there as well. When they saw the jeep coming, men in white clothing and gas masks came running out of the clinic, frantic, carrying a stretcher. Everybody knew just perished.
歩けるかい？
歩けます。
How are you, man? Because of my hours, they forced me to lay in the stretcher anyway. People who seemed like doctors were looking at me and notifying others of my condition via radio.
外傷多数、骨折もしくは内臓損傷の可能性大。
But how did he survive a whole day with internal
頭
damage?
部に大きな裂傷、瞳孔正常、眼底に出血なくも脳内損傷の
Brain
可能
damage
性は
is
否定
possible.
できる。
I feel like he already had brain damage even before the fall. And then from the clinic entrance, people lying on stretchers were brought outside to replace me. Judging by the clothing, they were from Hinamizawa. Yeah, it's probably dead, and that's how I knew they were victims. Brought the stretchers in front of a truck. 2 troops holding shoulders and legs like some kind of baggage. Picked them up and threw them to the trunk. Yep. They did. Please don't tell me he just saw Mion and Shion and Rena. The trunk of the truck, people's bodies piled in heaps. They were just like baggage, and they told me they were already nothing but shells. At that moment, I remembered all those colorful sacks filling the trunks, and them lined up in the schoolyard like a fish market. Yep, those were your classmates. Maybe? No, wait. It was in the middle of the night. Hundreds of empty shells. Corpses. 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 Yeah, okay, we got it.
バカ！女性者を粗末に扱うな。彼は村の住民だぞ。
The troops carrying the sacks answered with a humble salute. The world didn't need this insane version of Hinamizawa. My final wish again. Yeah, like you said, guys, it was granted. Bro, Kenshi, what the hell? I don't understand anything anymore. None of it matters. I wished I cursed and then it happened the next day. Please, tomorrow morning, let me die. Oh my god, he's gonna perish. That insane night is still going on. Please, please end it already. He's gonna get his wish granted. Bro.
おい、意識が損失したぞ。患者の名前を呼びかけろ。
Shout his name.
早く。
Shout his name quickly.
前原君、聞こえるかい？聞こえるなら瞬きでいいからしてくれ。
No, I don't want to blink. No.
前原君。
No.
前原君。前原君。
Shut the hell up. Suddenly, the world didn't matter to me anymore. I wasn't interested in their
呼
cries.
吸が停止したぞ。気道確保。進行呼吸。
That's so effed up, right? He could have, like, died peacefully. But no, he had to suffer.
絶対に生かせ。
Make him live!
畜生。畜生。もうこれ以上死者はごめんだぞ。
Oh my god.
死んでもいい命なんかないんだ。殺すな。
Don't kill him!
殺すな。
Don't kill him! I could hear the voice of a man crying and screaming in my ears. Nobody deserves to die. Those words came from his heart. They were so commonplace, and they soaked into my heart too. Survivor 1. Wait, no, scratch that. Maybe it was a mistake to take someone's life, even if it was to save Sadako. If this is the price I had to pay, this horrible tragedy. And this is a little much, Oyashiro-sama. Why did you never punish me? And to think of it, Sadako said something. Oyashiro-sama's actual curse never goes for the target at first, but kills everyone they love before that. Oyashiro-sama's curse. It was a convenient excuse I told myself at the very end that it wasn't my curse that destroyed it. Oyashiro-sama's curse. Don't blame Oyashiro-sama for that! Given that I was in a stretcher, this next bit might have been obvious. Last of all, I realized one thing. Yeah. Today, I had not heard those footsteps following me, even once. And now I was liberated, bro! As the cries of the Higurashi I couldn't have been hearing filled my mind. The tearful ensemble was the only funeral march I had. Oh, that's the chapter. I just got an achievement. June 22nd, 1983, early morning. A widespread disaster occurred in Hinamizawa village, Shishibone Prefecture. Volcanic gas, carbon dioxide, and hydrogen sulfide erupted from. See, it was the swamp! From Onigafuchi swamp, one of the Hinamizawa area's water sources, and spread through the entire world. It's a water source! There were 1,200 victims. 20 have gone missing. 20 have gone missing? The catastrophe was unprecedented, forcing local governments to evacuate approximately 600,000 people. According to later investigations, magma pools and hot springs were uncovered directly under Onigafuchi Swamp. Did they fight the bike? The gas that gushed from it was determined to be the cause of the disaster. Imagine! Imagine because Keiichi threw the bike down into the swamp. Everything erupted, imagine! It was because of the bike! In addition, directly after the incident broke out, many came forth claiming this disaster was a curse, based in Hinamizawa village legends, first sparking a wave of chaos. There are apparently local legends of a curse spreading and miasma destroying the village. And some scholars believe a similar gas disaster may have happened in the past and remained part of these legends. More extreme periodicals suggested this was an extension of the string of freak death incidents that had been happening in recent years in Hinamizawa village, stirring interest in theories about this curse of Oyashiro-sama. In addition, relatives of those in Hinamizawa village who had escaped the disaster complained of sickness afterwards and were hospitalized. Some of them even died of unknown causes, further encouraging such extreme opinions. On top of that, several relatives professing to be possessed by Oyashiro-sama's curse committed suicide in strange ways. And the impact the disaster has had on the entire nation can no longer be ignored. Wild visions of terrible toxic gas sneaking around in the middle of the night, killing people spread across the country, causing a steady stream of people complaining of insomnia, difficulty breathing, headaches, dizziness, etc. What? Some who had identified themselves as being obsessed by it began doing odd things. Oh no. Most of these were mistakenly attributed by the tabloid press. Afterwards, some even began to call the mental issues arising from the Hinamizawa tragedy the Hinamizawa-Syndrome. Interesting. The Hinamizawa village region, the object of all kinds of rumors and speculation, is currently closed off and even flying overhead is prohibited. Even flying! The prohibition was at one point undone as a result of a decrease in the gas density. That autumn another gas burst was confirmed, leading to the area being cordoned off again. Word is that the area is sound asleep, all traces of its former life intact and left to rot. That is so effed up. Only one survivor remains. Keiichi Maebara, age... So, see, he's in his teens, who lived at Hinamizawa village. At the time of rescue, he had some trouble breathing due to the fluid built up in his lungs, but as a result of life-saving procedures, he was kept alive. Oh my god! But is he a vegetable? Hydrated, thanks guys. He's so gonna die though, isn't he? He's currently in a general hospital somewhere in the prefecture. It's like Neon gonna crawl up on him again. The press have been asking for him for some time, but all interviews are being refused. What did he see in Hinamizawa? What happened between June 21st and June 22nd in Hinamizawa village? Today he remains silent, unwilling to speak of it. What? There's still one more chapter after this? Imadem, what? Great Hinamizawa disaster and memory. What? Oh, Jiro Tomitaka died, possibly committed suicide in the village. Strange to death in the mountains, but oh my god, went missing during an investigation, possibly committed suicide, possibly murdered the shrine. Okay, Hinamizawa village guest disaster memorial list, outbreak, oh my god! Also, what is the language below that? Well, I guess a lot of... Are they gonna show us 1,000 names now? Died at the victim's hospital. Who's that? Shion commits suicide that everyone... Shion! Attempted to... Oh no, Keiichi! Diagnosed with the similar disorder to the disaster and undergoing long-term problem. He has refused all individual requests with the man and is living his days in peace. What? Excuse me, what? 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 Also, what is that language? Bro! Seven's mod, what are you doing? What is that language? Thanks for stream. Looks Dutch? No. I don't know what that is. It looks like the language. So my brother got me a really cool DOVA jacket for Christmas. This also has like kind of those weird words there. So we still have one more chapter? Wait, let's see what kind of achievement I'm gonna get now. Because I just got an achievement earlier. June something 2003. Wait, it's 20 years later. 20 years later, guys. 20 years later. Elderly couple living in Osaka Prefecture discovered a cassette tape while organizing the possessions of their son, who passed away 8 years ago. The son went missing when his fishing boat capsized in 1995. He was 47 at the time of his death. 8 years later, in 2003, they had begun to organize their son's remains in order to organize their minds and came across the cassette tape in question. What? From 1975 to 1989. The deceased had experience working as a journalist for photography periodical. This tape is thought to have been created during that time. The label on the tape read 1128. Keiichi! Oh, he interviewed Keiichi! Yeah, there's a chapter 4 for the question arcs. It's about Rika. It's thought the tape was recorded during an interview with Keiichi Maebara, the only survivor of the Great Hinamizawa disaster that occurred in June of 1983. As the only person who lived through the disaster on the night of June 21st, shrouded in mystery, many interested parties attempted to question him, but he never once spoke physically to anyone in a public place. Therefore, the tape caused quite a stir, possibly being of extremely high value. What did he say? Click!
なんだか録音されてると思うと、すごく喋りにくいですね。
気にしない気にしない。ほら、こうすれば録音してるのも気にならないでしょ。
After this, the sound quality dramatically decreases. Did he cover the recording device with something? I can't speak anymore.
まず最初の質問から。ケイチ君はあの大災害の夜。
Sir, I was lying in a riverbed.
神社から裏に抜けて、ずっと林道を進んで。
Better not try to decipher it. We might summon Oya Oya-sama.
吊り橋があるんですよ。山に入る少し前に。そこから落ちて気を失ってました。
He fell.
それは大災害の夜、つまり21日から22日にかけての深夜のこと。
いえ、21日の火曜日の朝です。
So he was lying there for a whole day.
それで次の日の昼間に目を覚ましたわけですが、1日半は。
Yeah, I was pushed off by a little girl.
どうしてそんなところに？誰もが持つ疑問だけど。当日は平日で、しかも落ちた足は君の家と学校からは大きく離れているよね。ざっくばらんに言って、君が大災害の発生を
Yeah, of course, he was the only one fleeing. And he jumped off a bridge.
村から逃げる途中に吊り橋から落ちたんじゃないかっていう声
Why would he flee alone, though?
冗談じゃないです。
To be fair, little girl in this game kind of sus. True.
私もずいぶんひどい言い分だと思うよ。気を悪くしないでね。さて、次に圭一君が落ちたという吊り橋なんだけど、地図で言うとここだよね。神社の裏から林道を抜けて至る吊り橋というのは。
Are they gonna mention Rika?
俺もあんまり行かないところなので、自信はないですね。
そんなに行かないところに、どうして平日の朝に行ったのか。それで、この君が気絶していたという河原なんだけど、実はそれはありえないという噂は知っているかい？
ありえない。
No, not the word impossible again.
ありえないですか。まだ。
Oh no. Is that when he he unalived himself? For a little while, Keiichi Maebara mutters the word impossible several times.
どうしてありえないと？
火山ガスが発生したのは鬼ヶ淵という沼なのは知ってるよね。
Did Oya Oya-sama spare him?
それで学者の先生が緻密な模型を使ってシミュレーションをしたら
Did Oya Oya spare him? Is he still little?
例の火山ガスってのは空気よりも重い。
So it should have been where he was.
地形に沿って低いところへ流れ込む水みたいな性質があるんだってさ。それで発生源の鬼ヶ淵沼からそういうガスが噴出し、
So he was affected, was he?
村を覆うのか実験がされたんだ。そしたらさ、
君が気絶していたという河原、流れ込むんだよ、ガスが。
おや、spared him。
よく言ってる意味がわからないんですが。
つまり、君が本当にこの河原で気絶していたなら、君は丸一晩、猛毒の火山ガスの中にいたことになるんだよ。だからつまり、君がここで気絶をしていた可能性は否定されたわけさ。
Was it the other Keiichi?
もっとざっくばらんに言うよ。私はね、君が嘘をついているんじゃないかなって思うんだ。君は大災害の時、安全なところに身を潜めていて、ガスが薄れた頃合いを
Of course, and this is why he had bruises and stuff all over his body.
どうかな?
How about that, man?
どうしかな?
Totally right on the mark, sir. For Shochan, the journalist presses Keiichi Maebara further in a teasing way. All that can be heard are heavy sighs.
別に仮にそうだったとしても、俺は今更驚きませんけどね。
驚かないとはどういう意味だい?
Was this recording really taking off Keiichi Maebara? Some harbor suspicions.
ありえないって。あのひなみ沢ではありえないことなんていくらでも起こるんです。
Like you, Keiichi?
あそこじゃいないはずの場所に人がいる。死んだはずの人が生きてる。そんなこと、珍しいことじゃないんですよ。
It's not unusual. Maybe he didn't breathe the gas because he had water in his lungs, huh? Was half dead all the time.
まさか俺自身が死んだはずなのに生きているってやつを
Oh no.
立証しようとはね。
The journalist and Keiichi Maebara both laughed for a while. To verify its authenticity, I had the others in the Maebara family check the tape with his voice in it. However, the sound was not clear and much time had passed, so the relatives had checked but couldn't remember what he sounded like. I was unable to gain positive proof it was actually his voice.
あの大災害がひなみ沢連続開始事件の5年目のたたりではないかという
Don't talk
話に
about
つい
the
ては
curse, man!
いや、それはないですね。5年目のたたりは俺ですから。
He was the curse?
何のこと?
何のことって、あんたの話に対する答えですよ。
No, he's cray-cray in the head. Note also remain regarding the date, 28th November written on the tape.
言っても信じないでしょうけど、俺が起こしたんです。俺がね、こんな村、丸ごと死んじまえって願ってた。
So you talk to someone like that?
それは豪快な話だね。
豪快?そういう面白い言い方もあるんですね。
After Maebara Keishi's failed suicide attempt on a certain August day, 2 months after the disaster, he was diagnosed with a mental disorder and transported to a treatment facility. I mean...
あの時の俺にはね、何か神がかり的な力が宿ってたんですよ。
It's so wild.
そう。例えるなら、足音かな。
I'm currently hearing those footsteps too.
足音?ってなんだいそれ。
あんた、足音を聞いたこともないんですか?
Have you never heard footsteps before?
ペタペタ。
Tip tap. Patient has a severe case of delulu.
ひたひた。
The facility never allowed any news coverage, so it's extremely unlikely that a tape from the media dated after August 1938 would have his voice on it. Maybe he tried clawing his throat again, huh?
それでね、自分がちゃんと立ち止まったにもかかわらず、足音が一つ余計に聞こえ
Then it's Oya Oya-sama?
気をつけた方がいいですよ。
That's creepy.
そうだね。気をつけるようにするよ。
こんなに俺、面白いこと話してますか?
However, the reporter had been criticized for his forceful methods of collecting data while he was active. So there's still a possibility that he broke into the facility and forced Keiichi Maebara to talk. Bro.
監督と同じだ。 俺のことを同情したり話を聞いたりするふりをしながら
He also cursed this
その
dude.
ことを異常者扱いしてる目だ。
そんなことはないよ。
いや、俺にはわかるんです。あんたの目は監督と同じだ。
Listen, have you heard my favorite hobby, baseball? Is this truly Keiichi Maebara's voice? The authenticity of this recording is still wrapped in mystery. Oh.
だから俺にはもうあんな恐ろしい
Okay, so he couldn't curse him. Okay.
今ここでもう一度あんたの死を願ってみるよ。俺に不愉快な話ばかりをするあんたの死を。そうだな。今回は一つ死に方も決めてみようかな。高野さんは焼け死にだったから。じゃああんたは逆に。
Wait, did he?
水に溺れて死ぬってのはどうだい?
He did, didn't he? Wait, didn't they just mention a ship, a boat? 15 years after this tape was created, the reporter, just as Keiichi Maebara had predicted, they had an accident out on the sea. Oh my god.
さてあんたは何日後に水で死ぬかな?
Bro, because he's not in tip-top form. It took him 15 years. Oh my god!
あんたも気をつけろよ。
Okay.
俺ごときにたたり殺されるな。
Aha. The recording ends in the middle of Keiichi Maebara's laughter. And Keiichi Maebara... Yes? Hello? Late on the night of 13th November 1983, 2 days after the interview, he suddenly died from a high fever, cause unknown. Records remaining of the strange words he kept giving after pressing the call button the day before he died. Oya oya? An extra set of footsteps.
また一つ余計に。
Okay. Cool. What? Who's always laughing? Do we still have one more chapter? According to Steam, we should have one more chapter. Eh? That's it? Oh no. Well, let me check my Steam again. I'm missing two. Wait, I just got this. Never mind. I just got the one. We're not gonna read the after party today. This one. The all cause review session. Like the last one also took us an hour or so, I think. No, we're not gonna do that today. I could see if I can do that tomorrow. But yeah, that's it for today, guys. I'm gonna ask this on Discord again. But do we wanna also read chapter 4, which would mark the last question arc of Higurashi? Or do we wanna jump into Umineko, episode 5, into the answer arcs next time? Who knows? But yeah, let me see who we can write. Probably Cam, because I wanna watch her play Oxenfree. Is she still streaming? Oh, she is. This game looks wild. First time Oxenfree. Yes. Let's raid into the Captain Camille. Raid Captain Camille. Raid Captain Camille. But yeah, guys, I hope we're gonna have a great rest of the day, evening, morning, night time, afternoon, whatever times in your. And maybe I will see you around. Hopefully tomorrow. I don't know. I need to see what my working hours will be like. But yeah, see you around, guys. Nice gaming. You grilled 1,200 people today. Bye, guys. Bye.